I know, just showing off, huh? Yes. Woo, count down another 2 weeks. It gets really real. But for today, some good news, because Trey Sermon has been picked on a regular basis since he got drafted. A few minutes later, after we found out that he had a problem dancing in holes, right? But T came to work today. Good news, because, here's the thing. 49ers picked up Trey Sermon of Ohio State in the third round of the 2020 draft, right? Expectations were high for Trey and they remain high for him now. It's not, the pressure's still on. The 2021 season was not a particularly good outing for Trey, and he's under stiff competition this season since the Niners went again to the third round in the 2022 draft to pick up another high-profile running back, Tyrion Davis-Price. Tonight, taking your phone calls after going over some of the Day 12 training camp details and anything else that went on in camp today that you might want to jump on. Just to get that 49er, I'm in a 49er state of mind. You gotta get that off your mind. If you do, we're here for you. The phone number will be right there in the description and on the screen, the PIN number, everything you need to get in here and tell us how you feel about your 49ers. And yeah, we do allow people from other teams to call in as long as they're polite. The chat is pretty much something we allow you to take. Fam, we allow you to take care of people that actually think they can come in here and talk trash disrespectfully to you. All right? We look at you as the Niner Empire Army. Hey, fam, let's get right into this. Oh, by the way, Jimmy Ward has given him and his secondary colleagues a nickname. I love it. During an interview with KNBR's Papa and Lund, J-Dub couldn't contain his excitement over how the defensive backfield has shown out during training camp thus far, right? When asked what he sees from the secondary, Ward's answer was simply, as he jerked his chest out there, I see Pick City. I'm calling it out, man. I'm going to have some T-shirts made, Pick City. You going to buy one? You know what? That could be funny. Now, the shirts may not sell until week 3 or 4, because you don't want to buy a Pick City shirt and the 49ers ain't got no picks. So, yeah, J-Dub's out there marketing it already, though. So, the Niners ranked number 28 in the league last season when it came to INTs, pulling in just 9 picks. That will never do. According to a very optimistic J-Dub, though, that embarrassment ends now. Go get him, Dub. I love it. But today it was all about the ground game for the 49ers offense, known for its emphasis on the run game. Coach Shanahan is not going to change that angle anytime soon. And on this day 12 of the club's training camp, the running back group as a whole saw many making plays. The passing game was not as efficient as it was on Tuesday, but the offense still managed to go back and forth with the defense throughout the long practice session today, with Elijah Mitchell and Jeff Wilson absent from practice after plenty of reps yesterday, which is why Trey Sermon, he's got to feel like a stepchild. All right, because, see, we got these new guys. Trey, listen, stand back there. We'll get you in here as soon as we can, all right? Elijah, Tyrion Davis, get over here. Let's go. Trey Sermon, JaMycal Hasty, Ty Davis-Price, and Jordan Mason were running the show today. See what I did there? Running the show. I know, right? I just thought I'd throw that out there. Sermon and Davis-Price were on the field, Lance in the first team, while Hasty and Mason were seen with the 2s and 3s. All 4 backs had productive runs today. Mason made the first big play of the day after a handoff. Brock Purdy. Mason somehow bounced past the line before getting pushed out of bounds. Bam! Bam! Oh, he was hang out at practice. Hasty followed suit after a handoff from backup quarterback Nate Sudfeld and gained extra yards after receiver Austin Mack got a good block on a defender to open up a lane. Defense, what's up, man? You guys you're not stopping the run today, huh? So this is the thing. When they're out there doing a job on the pass defense, you can't give any breaks on the run. You guys can't stop the run. You will not be a top 5 defense. No, it doesn't work like that. Meanwhile, Sermon was not only running the ball, but also catching it today. While one pass fell incomplete. Trey Sermon ended today's session with 10 carries and 2 receptions on 3 targets. Not bad at all. Davis-Price carried the ball on 7 occasions. The run game was in full effect, but there were still a few highlight-worthy passes. There were. T. Lance ran left, and he threw a pass across his body, a la Patrick Mahomes fashion, to the right into the awaiting arms of the Juice. Oh, it was great use of misdirection as the entire offense moved in one direction, but the ball eventually went the opposite way. True Kyle Shanahan football. Fool the bejesus out of that defense and do something that usually is not expected. 5 plays later, Sudfeld hit a wide-open Danny Gray, which is good news because I want to hear more about Danny Gray doing that. Get used to it, man. Get in there. Because he's just coming out of school. He's probably got a little bit of, oh, man, they expect a lot of me now. Just, Danny, what are you doing? What? I'm ready. Go. Let's go. Tariq Castro-Fields was the closest defender to Danny, who gained quite a bit of ground before being caught. I don't want to see the word being caught in the same sentence with Danny Gray. Kind of concerned me. I'm delighted that he made the catch, but what concerns me is the getting caught part. Maybe Tariq is quick. I'm sorry, Castro-Fields. I just that kind of blew me off the page when I was sitting there reading that. Not too much later, Mr. Irrelevant himself, Mrs. Purdy's baby boy, Brock, incited cheers from the crowd. Brock caught B.A.D. for a 55-yard connection. Nate Sudfeld was starting to change my perception of him through 2 touchdown passes in the red zone drills today. Yeah, I talked about him. You know what? As soon as he makes me stop talking about him, I'm praise him like crazy. You know how I'll do. One throw went to tight end Tyler Croft in the flat, while the other was a nice corner fade to the right side to Marcus Johnson. Go, Nate. More practice notes from today. Absent from practice along with the starting running backs were cornerback Javarius Ward. He's got a muscle strain going on. Emmanuel Mosley, he's got that hamstring working on him again. And Dre Greenlaw, blue non-contact jersey. There's no details on exactly why that took place. But one-on-ones between offensive and defensive linemen, great spin moves were made by both Kimoko Ture and Samson Ebukam in their reps. And Drake Jackson won his matchups with Alfredo Gutierrez and good push and good push against Jake Brindle. You know, it's being said though that Drake's times may have come for him to move on up out of the second tier level and get on up there and check him out with the big boys and just see how serious he is. You know, if he's not being provided any serious problems where you're supposed to start 2s and 3s, then let's not hesitate to get him right up to ones. Javon Kinlaw had another nice day of reps against Aaron Banks. Okay, when that narrative changes, I don't know. I just don't even mention. If you say anything about Javon Kinlaw and Aaron Banks, just know that Javon probably manhandled him again. But before we judge Aaron too harshly, though, we need to understand only Javon is the one doing a number on Aaron, which is fine, because there's not a lot of Javon Kinlaws around the league, not that kind of massive and not kind of strong. Banks has actually been holding his own for the most part. Everybody not named Javon. So maybe I can back up off of him too. Banks has also asked, Aaron has asked Grant Cohn if he could stop getting Javon all fired up before those particular drills take place. I know it's uncalled for. But this year, a focus for Jay Kinlaw has been his hand usage and technique. No one-rep Kinlaw used a swim move to get past Banks to get to the backfield. Fam, can you imagine? Nick Bosa was trying to teach him before he went down. If Javon Kinlaw gets good hand movement with all that size and power, we may have something special there. As long as that leg's not hurting, and we've not heard one word around that knee, have we? Have we? No, we haven't. If he's going to be really healthy this year, I want to see what he's going to be. So we can look for more technique from JK this year. Jake Brindle and Daniel Brunskill continue their rotation at center. God knows who's going to be the guy that starts between those two. With the starting corner sitting out, Pick City. And it just has a nice ring to it. Pick City. You gotta get that T-shirt. Dub, you guys gotta live up to the T-shirt, man. I'll get one. Pick City was represented by Ambry Thomas, Kadar Hallman, and Dark Kings Denard, who all put in time with the ones. And Talanoa Hufanga and Tavares Moore rotated time on the field, pairing up with the man who created the title, Pick City, J-Dub. So, there it is pretty much in a nutshell. Fam, hear about today's workout. Are you just proud of Trey Sermon, or are you just saying, look, man, he had a day. Let's have 2 days, please. Aaron Banks and Javon Kinlaw can Javon, they used to be even up. Now that's not going on anymore. And the Pick City thing, all right, is J-Dub serious? Should we be serious with him? Big Show, well, Big Show says, real excited to hear Trey Sermon, who we picked up very high in the draft, is making noise. I've been keeping an eye on him when I can in the offseason, and he's been prepping hard for the season. That's what you want, Show. You want a guy that if you did fail or you fell down or you didn't meet your own expectations, for sure, if you're a ball player, you're not going to be satisfied with that. Come in and do something damned about it, So, sounds like he's on his way. Show, thanks for that. Let me get up here and get some Drake, San Francisco's Drake.
It's the one and only Ronbo.
Drake,
talking to the one and only Ronbo. Yeah, I have to get back in and I have to be number one both days.
It is so cool. Well, Drake,
you're already Ronbo.
You're feeling on today's workout because Trey Sermon is finally surfacing. I already wrote him off because I said, you didn't have enough time, Trey. Tyrion Davis-Price, if you can do this job, it's yours.
See, everybody expects for these players to just come out and know it because of the Patrick Mahomes and Justin Fields and everybody else.
Don't forget Zeke. If you're going to talk about it,
yeah.
Zeke came into Dallas tearing up. First time they gave him the ball.
Yeah, what I'm saying, Ronbo,
right.
They feel that everybody's supposed to come out and just set the league on fire. It would be nice, but you got to give him time to develop. He looked like he kind of afraid of contact to me a little personally. Like he's dodging it. Like that's how he looked last year. Like, but this year he looked a little differently. Let's see what he can get in there and do. Cause if not, TDT gonna replace his ass. You know how that goes. Kyle don't have time for the mess. Mm-hmm. With the running back, if you drop a ball, you miss a hole, he'll bench you, and you will be in his doghouse.
See, cause you make a great point, too, because the thing is, the way they coach up running backs, plant that foot and explode through the hole. Make up your mind and go. If I see you out there doing the Michael Jackson in the middle of that field, you'll come and sit down so fast you won't believe it. And that's what Trey did. And I guess he didn't get the memo. One step,
I don't think
explode through the hole, bro.
I don't think he did neither. And me personally, I just feel like this. My dad, I was talking to him about the game, about the whole Trey Lance and the offense. And he said, you remember back when you was a kid, right before you started your first day of school? He said, you might not remember. He said, but that whole summer, you got into a lot of scraps with a lot of people. Normally, I'd come outside and save you. But since you're getting ready to face the big dogs, I had to let you face the big dogs.
You just one of them, huh?
I said, that was a little harsh, I said, I thought I was just out there by myself. Didn't nobody hear me. But he said, so if you could face the big dogs and you get in the game and you face some mediocre dogs, they ain't got the dog in you. That you ain't facing that dog you once was facing. So it'd be a different person, just more confident in what he's doing as he progresses.
Yep.
And I feel that, I feel that the wide receivers is what kind of worried me, Ronbo. They ain't getting no separation, man. And Debo come in looking like he got hips. And it's like,
somebody else mentioned that a few weeks ago.
Money.
Yeah.
How you ask for money and, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your baby mama hips going on, man. She not pregnant no more. Put down the ding dong.
Hey, wait, Tony down in Australia. Tony's got to be loving this. He pointed this out to me last month. He said, hey, Ronbo, man, you checked out any Debo looks like a little bit like his wife around the hip area. I didn't know. I went and got to look at the photo. I said, yeah, he did put on a few pounds, didn't he? Oh. No.
Listen, Ronbo, because Monterey have a son in October, so
Yeah.
I'm happy. But when your baby mama say to you, "Who is that woman right there?" I said, "Which one? The one track?"
That's
I said,
Devo.
"That's Devo. Don't you say that. What is wrong with you, woman? We just paid him." She said, "You shouldn't have paid him shit. They should have paid him for every. You gave him money for every pound he lose. Then you give him his due." I said, "You know what? That's made a good point. They should have put that in his contract. He needs to lose some weight. He's finna be experiencing a lot of muscle calf injuries."
Yes, that's what worries me the most. When you're carrying too many pounds, especially a man built like he is, you need to keep as lean as you can because he's just big naturally, you know. So I don't know. Yeah,
That's what I'm
but Dre,
saying.
how many
Like,
times have we seen players get paid and then drop off a little bit that after immediately after getting paid? I I'm already expecting
but he
Debo
didn't
to
even
drop
get
off a
paid
little
first
bit.
though.
Well,
I know Kyle and them ain't Stevie Wonder blind or was they high because he was not he been that big before they even paid his ass.
I
When to
know, right?
pay him on well, some people say he got paid too less. Some people say he got paid what he was due. Me personally, I feel shit. Pay him for. I mean, hell, I don't. Yeah, he got paid what he was due. I guess, including the weight. If you want to add on the weight in that contract, that's why you're being paid. You can't separate from nobody. Trey needs somebody that could just take the top off. They need to sign a vet that could just take the top off the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I don't see
Because
one out there though, so it don't
because
matter.
because Danny's
Everybody can't be Tyreek.
yeah, because Danny's starting off like a normal everyday wide receiver, but they're not running no plays yet. I figure as soon as Kyle diagrams a few things, it may be a little different. I'm hoping so. Yeah, but
Why
that
couldn't they trade? Okay, I say they should have traded Debo in the pick that they picked up Danny Gray slow stuff with. I know he would come. He would catch up eventually, Ronbo. He just a rookie.
but you
I
call him
know. I'm just
slow. That's
talking
what I'm
head.
enjoying the most.
I know he ain't. But they say he can't separate though. That's what everybody reporting. He
Well,
only on the
Castro,
second team he can separate, but not on the first team. I
but
don't
Castro
understand
Fields wouldn't
what's
caught
going
him.
on.
The way it was written, Castro Fields caught up. As soon as I read caught up, I stopped reading. What? He caught up with Danny Gray? Danny
But
did Danny have
I'm
a
saying,
step on
Ron,
him?
was that? Do he play second string?
Tariq third?
Castro Field? Okay, see that's okay. Well, maybe because he's a rookie. But I'm saying if you don't do all that, you just got Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? You trying to go all in, go to the Super Bowl. But from what I hear from that camp, it ain't doing that well. Tyreek is in the same boat as Debo. Well, he gets separation, but something happened. I forgot what it was. It was something that went wrong with Tyreek in camp. There's a lot of camp drama this year, Rombo. We ain't the only ones, so I don't feel bad. I just go around
No,
looking to
no.
make sure we ain't the only drama
I mean,
team,
I mean, I mean,
so I don't feel that bad.
you should. Because what if we was in Cleveland? I mean, what was Cleveland fans? Can you imagine? I'd be mad as
Right, because
hell.
it's a lot of
Oh, I'd
arm.
be mad.
Now that they brought that arm fatigue up and arm strength and all accuracy about Trey Lance, it seems like a lot of quarterbacks are sitting out, like Arizona.
Don't
Kyler
forget the Rams.
Murray, he sat out with arm fatigue. Yeah, the
Ty-
Rams, he sat out with arm fatigue.
yeah,
Didn't he have like surgery a couple years back when he was in Detroit on that arm?
maybe he's had
On
back
his elbow.
bones
It was
broken.
on his elbow.
That man has been through hell.
It was
Uh, Dre, we
not
got
yeah, because he had a pitcher's injury. I
yeah.
forgot what it was called. But
He's
all
been
right,
through
Rombo, I'm gonna come in.
terrible times. But look, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna see you on game day, and after the game, we go cut up. People go get mad because, like you just said, people don't have time or patience for people to go out there and struggle. You need to come out of school, get on the field, and look like you've been in the league for 10 years. So we'll go see that.
Right,
And
let these people settle in. This is not Wi-Fi, man. Damn. But all right, Rombo, y'all stay breezy and shout out to
hey,
production and everybody. All right.
hey,
You know,
fam. Talk to you later, Drake. Oh
all
God.
right.
And yeah, Jay Tan, I know about Frank Gore, and he's one of my favorite people on the planet. So of course, I just said, TMZ, stop lying. He didn't do that. Hey, it is Papa Dragon. Bam, boom, pop.
What's up, Ronbo? Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's
All
go.
right. Go ahead. I'm sitting back
First
and
and
listen.
foremost, this is how you get Debo to stop dropping passes. what you do is you make sure the football is made out of deep dish pizza. I bet you catch every one of them.
Make it shaped like a narrow hamburger.
And bar none, the best quarterback in 49ers camp so far has been Jimmy Garoppolo. He has 0 incompletions. Now his secret is 2 things. It's Pornhub.com and choking the bishop. You gotta keep that arm strong.
This is a family show.
You gotta keep that arm strong.
Oh, you
gotta keep the arm strong, Ronbo.
Now you got to do what you got to do.
Now at the head of this craziness in San Francisco going on right now is Kyle Shanahan, who got on Brandon Marshall's podcast. Let me just foreshadow something for you. Brandon Marshall basically knows how to get crap out of Kyle Shanahan. What he does is that they're boys. And then what he does is that before he asks a question in the media room, he praises his father. Oh, the great Mike Shanahan. And then he says, what would you call to beat this type of coverage, this quarter coverage and third down and blah, blah. So he answered the question. I'm like, what is going on here? He never answers a question. He's just sitting up there smiling. Now, I gave you the foreshadow. Today, he goes on his podcast. Kyle Shanahan goes on Brandon Marshall's podcast and states that the pick at number 3 was between Trey Lance and Mac Jones.
Yeah.
What
so some of those rumors we heard were true. And even though Shanahan denied it, see, boy.
What on earth, Ronbo? How does that help anything?
See, some things are not necessary to be said, are they?
No, they're not. They're not. You don't have to say certain things. Some things you just keep to yourself. Period. You don't have to.
Bob, seconds after that was out there, thousands of dudes across the world, maybe millions, 49er fans, see? And you guys said it wasn't even possible. That this, that, and this, and that. Now the arguments are underway. And Shanahan lit that fire. Well, he ain't right.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You don't got to say that. What does it help at this point? But that devil, Brandon Marshall, just...
It's his fault.
Sucked it right out of him. Just sucking out all the daggone truth. So, Big Show, damn you, you're right.
I know you got to give Show his props. He told everybody.
Damn props. Mac Jones was in his head.
Pop, I had a feeling, because Mac Jones looks too much like Cousins, like Garoppolo, like everybody he likes. Mac Jones looks like him. And I think you even alluded toward that too. But you also said some other things. So I said, Kyle's walking around acting like, why would anybody think that? Kyle, you lie. You lie. So you know what? Man, I don't know.
Well,
there's reports that Mac Jones is currently struggling in New England.
Well, Mac Jones ain't struggling.
We're talking about last year, though, Ellis.
80% of the quarterbacks are struggling right now.
No matter.
That's supposed to happen. That's just real. The defensive playbook is about the size of a menu, and the offensive playbook is the size of a 5-ring binder. There's going to be struggles. Especially if you don't install your offense until after preseason. You're just running this vanilla crap
every year, beating the hell out of the offense.
Well,
they're thinking Trubisky's a bust already in Pittsburgh, and Trubisky don't even know what hit him. Bam, boom, bam. What is going on here? Get up, Mitch.
Essentially, they're playing one-on-one. They're playing almost like kind of like tackle football in the hood. It's like you got no game plan. It's like the best players are going to win, and the best players are on defense. That's the best athletes.
And they're thugging trying to get a name out of themselves. Yeah.
Exactly. You can see Fred Warner coming into camp talking smack. He knew. He knew
Still
what was about
talking.
to happen.
As people are getting in their cars going home, Fred is standing over on the other side of the lot still yelling at BA. I say,
Yeah.
this is what defense does. They're antagonists. That's what they do.
Quiet, reserved Brandon Marsh had to go try to whoop his ass. Man. Well, they better start checking for weapons at the camp where Fred was starting. But man, I just I had no problem at all with how things went down because again, the player I wanted was Fields, but when I went and looked at the tape and I looked at all the quarterbacks that included Mac Jones, after I looked at everybody, I basically put Lance 1, Fields 2, and I put Mac Jones 3.
Mm-hmm.
That was
you had him as high as 3 though. See, here's the thing.
No, not the third overall pick. I had him.
No, I mean as far as your ranking for quarterbacks, and you put him above.
Yeah, I had him at 3.
Okay.
Well, I had him at 3 because he was pro ready. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if he's pro ready, and you got a squad already. You don't have to teach him anything.
Yeah, and
right?
Look at the program he came out of at Alabama. Pop, though,
yeah.
This also lends to the argument that was coming out that leaked out. I don't know how I got out, but now we find out it's true that Kyle Shanahan did have to be coerced into that making a choice. And I wonder if they had a table full of people voting where Kyle voted. I'd love to know.
That's possible. That's possible. But I think anybody that reviews tape, that looks at 22, not highlights, but looks at the 22. If you looked at the quarterbacks and you looked at all of them, mm-hmm. and you run a pro scheme with a fullback and a tight end, mm-hmm. you would have come up with Lance. I don't think Lance would have got past Atlanta.
But who was he talking about then when he said Jones and Fields were where we were going with that? And I said, like you said, Kyle, well, you could have kept that in-house. I don't know why you...
Right. But he spilled the beans, though, honestly. To be straight up, he did spill the beans in the press conference because he said he wanted someone who could throw like Drew Brees and run like Lamar Jackson. That's what he said.
So maybe somebody else was waiting for Mac Jones.
Right.
Pop, we ran out of time again like we always do because you're just way too much fun, Pop.
Give me 2 minutes, man. All right. Well, look, I'm gonna go work on my arm
fatigue.
Fly
Guy and some other folks who just guys just ridiculously good. Right. Game day. I can't wait to see what develops in this game so we can rake over the coals and start arguing. It's just gonna be fun.
Well, the girls claim they're gonna try to stay up and see you if you going on after.
I'm definitely coming on right after.
Because they definitely missed the Ronbo.
Bam, boom. Everybody should be looking at Debo's hips, so he better try to lose some weight between now.
Hey, I'm not worried about Debo. You need to rub chicken wing grease on the football. He'll catch it.
I see Friday. You psycho fucking. Have a good night, fam. Oh God. And Diggs 10-28. Ronbo's good. Diggs, it's all good. The season is starting. We get some football. Now, it's over. The wait is over. And, hey, Ryan.
Hey, Ronbo.
Ryan.
Hey, it's great to be on, man.
It's good to have you too, Ryan.
Yeah, man. I was there at practice today.
Oh, you could give us a report on the width of Debo's booty.
Well,
we're all concerned because you can't move quick and sleek if you're dragging too much luggage in the back seat.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this, Ronbo. Debo's speed was not the problem at all because when he dropped that pass, he had a couple steps on the dude, so his speed is actually all right. It's just that his hands, I don't know, man. Maybe the ball.
It could be like Pop said. They rub chicken grease on it to see if they can encourage him to catch the ball. Debo's been dropping the ball a lot since he came back. You know that?
Yeah.
We're hearing about Debo dropping something every day.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate truth. I was kind of hesitant. I was kind of skeptical of them giving him all that money for just one good season, because when you look at the elite players in the league, they all have one thing in common, whether it be T.J. Watt or Von Miller. I mean, you name it. They all have numerous years where they're putting it down. George Kittle, Fred Warner, they had numerous years. I just don't believe in a guy having one good year and then you back up the brain struggle. That's why I was just so critical of that. But moving past that, one thing I wanted to touch on is that I'm pretty sure you noticed that, but in the media, of course, they've been very critical of Trey Lance because his completion percentage hasn't been very high. However, what they don't see is, like, when you go to practice, you're able to see everything in live and clip in color. You're able to get, obviously a bird's eye view of what's going on. So what they don't take into account is that, let's say out of 20 passes, what they don't take into account is 4 of those passes he had to throw out of bounds because the defense was putting heat on that ass, and then 2 or 3, for example, Debo, he had a pass, it was a bomb. It was like a 50-plus bomb. That was dropped. The play right after that was a PI, which is 40 yards downfield, which we wouldn't have gotten with Jimmy G, because obviously he doesn't go down that. He doesn't, pass the ball that far. So these numbers are skewed, because I've been watching football for a long time, and I can prove it by saying this. Even Tom Brady, against a good defense like the Ravens, obviously that was the year that the Ravens beat us in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady played like shit. You know why? Because the defense made him play like shit. So in order for a quarterback to put up monstrous numbers, number one, everybody has to be on the same page, whether it be the offensive line quarterback, offensive coordinator, the receiver. Everybody got to be on the same page. Plus, the defense has to be slipping a little bit. So like going back to yesterday, when Trey Lance had a great day, I'm pretty sure nobody said nothing. But on a day like today, where he was mediocre,
they did. They said a lot of good things about him.
Okay.
But you know how I got to defend Jimmy. One thing about Jimmy, he knew not to throw the ball deep downfield to Debo, making him look bad. You know what I mean? I've always said, and I'm worried about Danny Gray too, Ryan. I was hoping that he was going to be that sprinting deep threat we needed. And you just heard Dre, who I also been observing, he may not be what we thought he would be. I need him to get down the field, scare the bejesus out of the secondary, and make the play. We'll see.
Yeah. Let's not press the panic button too soon. But I will say this: I love what I saw out of the running backs.
That was their day today. Very, very impressive. So, talk to me about Trey then, because the write-up sounds like Trey was just glistening. I mean, he was just tearing up out there. So, what'd you say?
Trey, you talking about Trey Sermon?
Yeah.
Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon had some good runs. There was one run, I think it was like 40, 50 yards in particular. I think it may have been hasty. I could be wrong, but I think it may have been hasty. But he had the most impressive run, and he was real fast on that one. But overall, our running offense definitely looks like it's going to be the bell cow of this offense, at least in the immediate Trey Lance
future. And you know what though? Here's the thing: the offensive line must not be, because we're hearing all kind of nasty things about the offensive line. If our guys are busting runs, we'll be okay. We'll be okay, because that's gonna. Yeah. You need, if you can run, you can still your quarterback's still gonna have time to work. But if you can't run, that's gonna be a problem. So.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is we got a great, running back stable, and whoever gets cut, man, whoever one of the top 5 running backs going to get cut, I'm pretty sure they're going to find employment
in Seattle
quick, fast.
Absolutely. I've already got JaMychal Hasty and this new kid that we got, Marcus. What did you? What is that? The new kid everybody gets. He gets a lot of attention. He had a couple. They wrote him up for a couple of great runs today too. Was he a UDFA?
to be honest, like I couldn't see that. I was looking at trying to look at the name of the back of their jersey, and
that's why you got to bring binoculars out there.
I couldn't see it because some of them have dreads that cover their
and then there's that.
So I couldn't see. Yeah, so that's what it is, man. Like 2 or 3 of the running backs have long hair, so that obviously skewed my vision. But yeah, I love what I saw out of every element of our team. The running back crew definitely was a pride and joy on this day of practice. I'll say that for sure.
You're echoing. Dre also is concerned about the fact that we're not getting a lot of separation out there. But then again, remember the talent has increased in our secondary as Jimmy Ward is. They're so good out there now that he's given them a new nickname. Talk about Pick City. And they better be picking it too, because if Ward's going to go around there talking that kind of trash, then they better be able to live up to it. But that could be some of what we're seeing too. Ayuk doesn't care who's out there playing defense. He's going to smoke them. Debo's got to work on some things, and also who's our third guy? Jawan Jennings, Danny Gray. Who else do we have out there? They're going to have to pick their game up a little bit. We'll see. It's too early to say. Yeah. We're going to see this Friday anyway. But Ryan, we're going to go.
Yeah.
Let me. I'll see you Friday. Okay. Good stuff.
Absolutely. I just wanted to end by saying Ayuk had a very sexy catch by Brock Purdy. That was very, very.
Yeah, they wrote that one. 55-yarder.
I know, that was beautiful, man. I wish you could see it.
I'm sure.
All right, then, Ronbo.
I'm gonna find the footage. All right. Appreciate you, Ryan. I'll see you Friday. Huh? Got some time. All right.
All right, so man, have a good one.
You too. And here he comes. It's Howard. Howard.
What's up, Ronbo?
Wait. KD, don't no racism in there, KD. That goes for black people too. Jimmy, what boy? Don't do it, man. Don't do it. All right, I'm telling you, I got it. It's got to be enforced on both sides, on all sides, should I say? All right. And it ain't just because I like Jimmy, but that's just something I don't approve of. No, listen, guys, let me run it down. No racism, no picking on women, definitely no picking on women, because that's why they don't come in here, because they know you ain't. No, don't do it. Any bigotry at all, that means talking badly about gay people, anything like that, will not be tolerated. Okay, you got to behave. You can talk trash to each other all you want to, but just stay within those parameters, please. Thank you. All right. Hey, Howard, go ahead, man. Howard.
Going on, baby dog. Going on, big dog.
You know, I'm telling you, Howard, look, Trey Sermon is redeeming himself with me. Because I got a little bit worn out with him last week. You know, last year when you read about Trey being a healthy scratch, and I said, okay, y'all picked him up in the 3rd round. And we don't even pick up running backs in the 3rd round. And he came in here and he did what? You know, and I got a little concerned. And then when I watched him play, I say, okay, maybe he just needs a little more work. See, and patience is something we but running backs usually hit the ground running, literally hit the ground running. So I expected, because every running back we've ever had, he didn't come in having to learn things. He came in kicking butt, right? So I was a little concerned. But he had a good day today. So maybe we got good things coming up.
Yeah, man. I hope he keeps it up, too, because like you said, man, he's got the 3rd rounder on him. I know a lot of people are, expecting some good things from him, and maybe some rightfully so, some unfairly so, but let's hope he keeps it up. He showed some flashes last year, especially in the Seattle game, and hopefully, Kyle can trust him a little bit,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's he's got to be trying to get himself back together. Because can you imagine your Trey Sermon? They picked me up in the 3rd round. I'm from Ohio State. I was one of the main dudes, and I can't make it in the NFL. That's got to work your psyche, right? That's something to wake you up in the middle of the night, sweating. That's a lot of pressure to be under. Can you imagine?
Pressure. Plus, they make diamonds, man, or they bust pipes.
Yeah, there you go. That's one or the other. So we're gonna find out.
That's how it's gonna be, man. See, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, yo. I was glad to hear good things about him. I didn't give up on him, but definitely wasn't looking good.
Mm-hmm. But we got potential stable though. You know, when you look at TDP, you look at Trey coming around. I already know Elijah Mitchell is serious business. And JaMychal Hasty is no slouch. I don't know how many guys, and Jeffrey Wilson Jr. is still my main dude. So, you know, we got some guys. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. It's like if everything goes accordingly well, you know, and these guys block up front, man, we could run a field day with these guys.
Yep, because they know the
really,
offense except, well, TDP needs to learn the offense, but I like having running backs that know the offense and know what the offensive linemen are supposed to be doing and gonna do. That means that makes all the difference in the world. Yes.
Yes, indeed. I feel you, man. I think TDP, he'll be good, man. Heard that the one thing that's interesting about him is he could hit the outside a little quicker than you think.
Yeah. I heard about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's like you thought he was just gonna go run up the middle between the tackles all the time. But he got some speed to hit the outside.
And what's good about guys that break to run that fast? He turns that corner. It's like Debo. When Debo turns that corner, if he's coming around there and he's got momentum going, you got to make some decisions if you're corner light back or anything like that coming around that corner and seeing Debo coming down the field with a full head of steam. Oh man, your technique better be on target, man. Woo!
Listen, Ronbo, listen.
Hey.
These players, man. You see a Debo run at you or a Ty Davis-Price run at you, you know they're going to be making business decisions.
Oh, that's
always coming.
Yeah.
You
and I never feel sorry for them. When they miss a tackle, I'd have done the same damn thing. You know, I made it look a little better than that, but I did the same thing.
Hey, it's cool as long as they don't knock out our own players, you know.
You know, it's that's a thing. I always wonder, you know, because when you're playing ball, Howard, you know, man, you practice. Sometimes you get a little stupid in practice just because if I got a guy like Fred on my team or something like that, if I'm on the other side of the field, Fred's already got me fired up. I ain't worried about the coach or anybody else. I'm here to impress Fred from this point on. Coaches hate when you do that, but since he started this, got me mentally wound up. See, now somebody could get hurt. This is why coaches need to simmer that down every now and then in camp. You can talk that to other teams because that's what you want them to do. But you get another player fired up like Ayuk went out there swinging at Fred, you're not supposed to get to that point. What?
I hear you, man. So but it was good. It was definitely good to see Brandon Ayuk show some dog in him.
He did. What he barking?
Definitely did not expect that. I did not expect that.
But you got to
coming at Fred. Especially coming at Fred. Fred ain't no little boy, man.
No.
That's a grown ass man. 6'3", 6'4", 250. Like, listen.
I don't see no fat on there either, man. That dude. Ayuk said, "No,
that dude is freaking."
Ayuk said, "You gonna stop that right now? I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna knock you out." Whoa, B.A. I know, Bay.
No, B.A. was playing, man.
Man, Howard,
he was not playing.
Howard, let me see Friday game time. I can't wait. During the game and after, actually. And we could talk about what's going to happen because there's going to be a lot to talk about after that game. I just know it. Oh, I can't wait to see TDP in action. Oh, the cornerbacks, Womack. Woo! Anyway, we'll see him. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm loving the kid. I'm loving that Womack kid, man. Yeah.
I tell you.
TDP though, don't be surprised if he's number 1 or 2 on rushing yards on this team this year. You know, we tend to have a lot of different number 1 receivers, running backs.
Yes, indeed.
You know, every other year.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Howard. We gonna go. I'm gonna tell you what. I can't wait to hear from you Friday. It was my dog. That Howard.
Good night, brother. Have a good night, big fan.
You too, fam. Oh no. Actually, I wish I'd been prepared. But actually, San Francisco sent me some material to deal with Chicago Mike. Mike, come on in, man. I'll have to get you next time because I didn't read that material.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Rumbo? How you been?
Doing great. You know, I football season just needed to start. I love this game so much. During the off season, in February, it feels like I go through an anxiety because I say, "Oh man, we got all the draft's coming up." Okay, I get excited about that. After that, there's that nervousness, that energy in you. With okay, hurry up! Come on, today's going. My hours back a month. Month. Summer's over. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so it's over. Let's go.
I'm gonna be looking at your game on Friday. Well, especially because you're playing against the Packers, a team who I despise, and I wouldn't say that. I would say I hate them.
I said don't appreciate.
I mean, it's the same thing, but
Aaron, I bet you'd like the benefit was for Aaron Rodgers running over to your stand and saying, "I own you. I own you." You know, oh my God, Aaron. It's what did you get death threats?
Yeah, everybody wanted to. I heard that they were giving Rodgers the middle finger that game.
They showed it on the highlights.
Yeah, but I hope we beat Aaron Rodgers, but I have to be realistic. I'm not homerish. I have to say that the Packers are definitely going to beat us this year. And
like, you can at least say we're going to give it our best shot and let the chips fall where they may. But Mike just knows up front now. You almost feel it's almost the same with me in the days gone by when Russell Wilson was over in Seattle. Oh, man, here we go. God, Jesus Christ. I don't want to. Hell, I and sure enough, Wilson would beat us.
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, Rumble. I want my team to beat Aaron Rodgers. I think I would want my team to be undefeated, but at the end of the day, I have to be realistic with my team. And I don't know if everyone's in the chat be like, "Oh, if you're realistic, then why did you pick the Bears to win over the 49ers?" I'm like, because you guys have a quarterback that's unknown. And don't get me wrong, the Niners have a very good team, but they have a quarterback that only started 2 games. So I just view that as how I see it. You guys have...
You see an opening, huh?
Yeah, I just look for an opening, and the quarterback is the most important spot in the football, in the offense. That's your star.
But you know, just like you get the supporting cast in this case. If he was coming into a rebuilding team, there may be a larger advantage, but he's surrounded by nothing but fiends for the most part. So it's going to be tough for him to actually lose, just outright get beat up. You know what I mean?
I thought the same thing.
You need to hold out hope, though.
I thought the same thing for Justin Fields when he entered. I thought he had Robinson. That didn't work out. He had Mooney, he had Marquise Goodwin, but the problem was he just didn't have good coaching staff. And I saw flashes of Justin Fields, and that makes me believe in Justin Fields that all he needed was a little reset to the offense, and he's looking good in training camp. I'm hearing a lot of great reports about him, that he's working more with less. I don't know if you know these receivers, but you probably know who Darnell Mooney is, but you don't know Equarius St. Brown, who we picked up with.
He came over from the Packers. You guys have got him now? All right.
Yeah, apparently he's been killing it in training camp. And I said this when we picked him up, that this is the worst signing ever in this offseason, but it's good for Def. And he's really starting to prove me wrong. And
this is what, 6'5", 6? What, the guy is long.
Yeah, and he's also I think he's like 24, 25 years old.
Can you hear me now? People are saying they can't hear me. Okay. All right, go ahead. Yeah, so, 25. And Aaron wasn't throwing the ball to him very much. When when you're on a team with Devontae, it's kind of hard to judge the other wide receivers, they're not getting any work. Aaron was so single-minded when it came to that offense. He didn't trust anybody more than he trusted Devontae, and that's who he went to pretty much 75% of the game. I mean, Lazard got a couple of throws, maybe, but for the most part, it was all about Devontae and Aaron. So Equiminius got to throw every now and then. But I seen him make an end zone catch one time, and I said, damn, that dude, that was a nice catch. So he ain't bad.
Yeah, he I mean, do you want to know what's funny, Rumble? Every player that I say is the worst signing, they wind up doing good for the Bears. Like 2020, for example, I wasn't too happy with the Jimmy Graham signing. What did he do? He led the team in touchdowns. So I think it's my doubts in any player that we get, they wind up doing well. Which is the crazy part. I was very mad at the Andy Dalton signing, but it winded up working out for us in the end because he was a very good mentor to Justin Fields, and hopefully this works for St. Brown. You know, that's what I'm hoping for.
And you got to, hey, right now everybody's on the same level. We haven't played a game yet, so anything is possible. And there's a surprise team each and every year. Maybe it's the Bears this year. We got to go though.
Yeah. Anyways,
you're gonna be watching that game Friday, so you can give us some outsiders feedback. We'll be looking for you then, okay?
If Trey plays good, I'll give him credit. If he plays like crappy, I won't give him credit. But
he's not gonna be in there long. But anyway,
thanks for having me on, Rumble. It's always a pleasure. 49ers,
acknowledge me. I knew he was going to say that. We'll acknowledge you after that game one, Mike. All right. Have a good night. Hey, Nigel.
Ronbo, how's it going?
Nigel, it's going great, man. Season's about to get underway, and our team has pretty much got everybody we need. We just need to stay healthy now like we always do. And Nigel, Nigel, from that moment, from that point I want to make, can I get you to put your hands on your phone or whatever device you're using and let us say a prayer for the 49ers' health? I want to say tonight, Lord, please, each and every year we know we could win the Super Bowl if we could just get there in one piece. That's all we ask. Thank God. We're going to send you a jersey. Yep. You don't have to pay for it. We'll send that to you right away. So, Nigel, you said this is my thing, we got to give me some healthy people down the last couple of minutes of this season. God.
Yeah, I hear you. That's exactly what I was just thinking of earlier because I've been hearing all these reports about Trey Lance throughout the training camp, and it's kind of, mixed stuff. Some people are basically saying he's not having a good training camp or whatever, and, it's like – It's practice, so
and people need to
understand
kind
of everybody's just trying to gain their bearings so they can get ready for the season right now. I'm not terribly worried about it because we've got possibly one of the top 3 defenses in the league. I mean, on paper.
And Trey has to deal with them every day. That's just got to be savage.
Every day. It's brutal, yeah. I mean, we got an amazing defensive line, linebackers. Now we've upgraded our defensive backs like everybody knows, So I'm not terribly worried about that. But I was thinking about this the other day, I was rewatching some of the 3 games that Trey played in last season, and specifically that Arizona Cardinals game. And I'm like, man, I just hope that there's these specific plays that I absolutely hate for him, and I hope that Kyle does not run those right up through the gut. You know what I'm saying? Like a running back. That is absolutely horrible. That's just a way to get your starting quarterback injured.
But keep in mind, all of those were not Kyle's call. Those windows were opening and closing too quickly for Trey. Trey's even said this year that the game has definitely slowed down for him. But what you saw was a kid that was put out there under extreme pressure. The Cardinals' defense is not what you call a bad defense, right? So those windows you got to throw into, they open and close quickly. And they were closing on Trey. And so he resorted to running because he didn't want to just ruin the play. But Kyle should have told him and put him aside, listen, if things happen too quickly for you, just throw it away. Right? Now, it was Kyle's responsibility. Don't let him get hurt. He almost got him killed on that play when he ran around the corner. These are grown men out here. Don't be trying to run through these guys in the NFL. Banged up his knee. I mean, that was just crazy. So,
Yeah, and I understand that too. Yeah, it's definitely partly first game jitters and trying to learn the pro level of athletes. But either way, the Houston game, he did a lot better. Although I'm really hoping he doesn't, when he runs, he's not diving anymore, trying to bull those people, because that is a recipe for disaster. I really hope he doesn't do that. Yeah. So I don't know if he's been working on that aspect of his game, because I feel that he is definitely going to have a lot of runs this season. And speaking about when we just talked about, we want to be healthy. We need our starting quarterback to be healthy throughout the whole season. And because of our backups, I'm not extremely confident in them.
Come on, Nigel. We're not a top heavy team like the Rams. We got guys who can back our guys up. Well, okay, not every position, but what I got to tell you though, the more I hear about Sudfeld, I'm starting to maybe relax a little, because I said, now Trey gets hurt. What are we gonna do now? Sudfeld, and he's somebody said the other day, called in and said Sudfeld looks good. What? Really?
I hope so. I hope so, because the rest of this team, Ronbo, we are stacked. Yeah. We're stacked everywhere. I mean, we have the running backs.
Assassination.
We have amazing running backs. We have a bunch of running backs. Our wide receiver room is looking really good. I mean, we're stacked everywhere else. But, I think you're right, Ronbo. We need to be healthy, and I hope they do everything they possibly can to keep Trey healthy. I think he's key, and, his playing style it scares me sometimes. But he's an exciting player. I really hope that he's successful this season, and Kyle kind of puts him in those positions to be successful.
Yeah, and you'd be encouraged by what Trent Williams said the other day. As he learns, he's a very sharp kid. As he learns, Trent said he's not looking to run. He's good. He's dropping back. He's doing his reads, and with the way the guys are flashing at him right now, as Trent says, man, they're dropping 4. They're dropping 7 and rushing and 4 up front. So Trey's got to really be on his P's and Q's out there, but he stays with it. And so, it's a 49ers defense. You got to remember, they're really improved this year. So what Trey's being put through now is a baptism by extreme fire. He may not see many defenses as difficult as the 49ers. The 49ers are on it right now. This is why the first few teams we play, especially the Hawks, the complete disassembly of that team is going to be, nice. I can't tell you, that's going to be such a rush for me. I want to beat them so bad. They still worry me, because as soon as I see that uniform, I say, oh my God.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait till we play them. I'm freaking hyped about this season, man. I can't wait. It's going to be, Friday's, it's kind of the taste of it first, so I can't wait till Friday. But man, when the season starts, I'm gonna definitely all eyes glued on the TV for sure. So, but that's all I had tonight, Ronbo. I was just kind of you actually took it right where I wanted to go, which is talking about Trey, and especially like the health of the team. I'm with you there 100%. We just, as long as we're healthy, I mean, sky's the limit for this team. We've got a stacked team up and down, up and coming quarterback that I feel that has a lot of potential to him, and our coach. I know he's a great offensive play caller. I just hope that there's some things, especially late in the games, that we all know where we have these leads, that he figures that out, keep that lead. That way we win these big games, because that's kind of his kryptonite as far as Kyle Shanahan. But other than that, I'm hyped up, man. Can't wait till the season
and you
starts.
Should be, Nigel. A lot to look forward to. Yeah, hang in there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But
all right.
But yeah, all right, man. Well, I'm always listening, Ronbo. I'll be calling in throughout the season, but y'all have a good rest of your night. I'll talk to you later, all right?
Yeah, thank you, Nigel. Looking forward to it. All right, fam. Have a great night. There's Nigel checking in. Haven't talked to him in a long time. And, hey, yo, Ellis. Ellis.
Yo.
Ellis, come on in, man. You know what we're talking about. What are you making any observations today?
I don't know. What all happened today? So Trey Sermon was looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like Mason took a little step back.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Oh wait, Mason. That's that running back's name, right?
Run.
What's his name? You said Mason.
I can't remember his first name.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
That's what I was trying to talk. That's what I was trying to bring up. It was a nice write-up on him. Yeah. You mentioned him a while back too. I didn't know who he was. So he's asserting himself.
Yeah. He's good. Yeah, he's good. I mean, these guys are gonna have up and down days. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Always,
like in a game during the season. You're never gonna have just all year long, 17 weeks, from mini camp, training camp, OTAs, regular season, playoffs, everything's just going to go smooth. So,
yeah,
I think we're going to have whoever we cut or try to put on a practice squad, we're going to lose a running back. Yeah. Who's going to be the running back that doesn't stay with the team is going to be the question.
Mm-hmm.
And who's the one that's more worth keeping out of?
And who's Pete Carroll going to rob?
Trey Sermon, Hasty, and Mason. Mm-hmm. Well, absolutely. Pete Carroll's going to try to get at least 2 players from us. I was a little. It was just not a positive thing that Leon O'Neal ended up getting hurt and we had to cut him. I don't know what kind of injury he sustained, but he was a really good-looking safety, man. I had high hopes for him, so I'm a little disappointed that he had an injury that was significant enough for him to get cut.
Man, it must have been really serious. Because those are the kind of guys I want to see in the practice squad. So if anything goes wrong, okay, we know what this kid's capable of. Let's get him out there.
Yeah. And I thought Austin Watkins was still on the team. I wonder what's going on with him. I haven't heard much from him, but Austin Watkins. From Birmingham, Alabama, Birmingham.
What position?
He broke his foot in the preseason last year.
Is that a wide receiver? Yeah, that's a wide receiver, right?
Yeah. Sammy Watkins' little cousin. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching. That's what I was looking at. I was watching clips of him. Yeah, he's in camp. Did they cut him last year?
Okay.
They cut him last year, didn't they?
They cut him and put him on the practice squad.
Ah.
And then he ended up. Well, he broke his foot, and then we cut him after he broke his foot. Then we brought him back later on in the season,
which is fair.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's gonna kind of be a toss up. I don't know. Trey Sermon, I don't see Trey getting cut because he didn't. Really
no. Trey was never gonna get cut. But was Trey going to be embarrassed standing on the sideline and a healthy scratch anymore this year? That's the question with him. Because, the 49ers aren't going to cut him. You don't draft somebody in the 3rd round unless it's Dante Pettis, and they just continue to piss you off and you let them go. It just doesn't happen.
Dante Pennies.
You almost wanted to say it out.
Worth some pennies. My boy used to say, who that we used to call in, he used to say pennies every time he said, yeah, that's about what he's worth.
Maybe we used to call him that online, Dante Pennies.
Yeah.
And then finally somebody got nice about it, called pennies. It's wrong on so many levels.
Terrible.
It's his fault. Dante's got to know. You can't play football and be a wuss. Come on, Dante, man up.
Yeah. That was just the wrong pick. You know what I mean? And he's a 2nd round pick. You know what I'm saying?
He's got skills, Ellis. Dante, I mean, that he could lose a coverage man so nicely, and he did it like I've not seen a lot of players able to do. You see that route developing downfield, and Dante would fool a man so badly, the dude would run off in the wrong direction for a while until he realized he had lost Dante. I said, damn, that's a gift. But then he's not damn it, Dante. You got a gift, and he didn't even know how to use it.
Yeah, well, that's why they say 80% mental, 20% physical.
That's too
It's a
bad.
lot. Clearly it's a lot of mental because physically he could get the job done, but
Yeah.
he just I think there was something mentally that was going on with him, and when you're the man, and then you gotta work your way up to be the man at the next level, and things don't go your way. You know what I mean? You could take a serious few steps back or a whole,
It's such a waste,
whole mile
though, because there's a
backwards.
lot of guys that wish they had some of these gifted athletes, but they don't have the right mindset. Even look at Shaquille O'Neal. O'Neal was lazy. Do you know what Shaq could have been had he been a really hard, dedicated worker? He could actually been one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest. But I'll get in shape as the season progresses. I'll make them when they count. Shaq, if you worked a little bit, nobody could deal with you. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. When I see a guy that's got gifts,
he was too arrogant. He had too much power, too much control, and he I don't even think he learned a lesson. He still is probably kind of like that even at his age now. You know what I mean? I grew up, Shaq was my era. You know what I mean? And I hated the Lakers. I only liked Shaq initially when he came in and played for the Magic. With him and Penny Hardaway balling out there. The Magic, I was a fan of them. Back then, it was a nice, Tim Hardaway back in those days. But yeah, he was too arrogant. He didn't want to work, man. When you don't want to work and you don't feel like you don't have anything else to do and you don't need to show
can't nobody deal with me anyway.
Each year. Yeah, man. Those kind of guys you could do without. I don't give a shit. But
Kobe said the same thing.
But
got him out of LA.
Man, bye. Shit, Shaq played for like 10 teams by the end of his career down there. Shit, he's getting passed around like the neighborhood, You know what?
Wait a minute. Now you and Papa, I gotta always calm y'all down, man, before you go the wrong way. Anyway, else we gotta go. The clock ticked out on us. I mean, Friday though, we got a game. It should be fun.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And they said that Trey's gonna play at least a few series, Ronbo. At least a quarter. You know what I mean? If we can get a full quarter of Trey, that'll be good. I'll be satisfied.
Wow, they said that, huh?
It's not going to be one series, that's for sure. So we're going to get more than one series of Trey.
Okay, hope they protect him out there.
So that's good.
Because you got guys out there trying to get a job, trying to make a name for themselves. So okay.
Aaron Banks is getting turned on his head. I don't know. Maybe it's just because he can't handle Javon Kinlaw or whatever. But Banks isn't really, you know what I mean? He's kind of inconsistent, man. So yeah, the offensive line, and then our secondary with Ward getting hurt, and Emmanuel Mosley got this, was it a hamstring or something like that?
Always.
That's not good for us. Those are our two key, corners and stuff like that. So if there's anything that we're going to be looking lackluster, it'll be that secondary and that offensive line. But I'm hoping that the coaching staff can put together a great plan for the guys, and they can they can be able to hold us.
That's why I hope Jason Verrett can find a way back in the season. We'll definitely probably need him. All right, fam. I'll see you.
All right, fam. Yes, sir.
Shout out to the squad and see you Friday.
Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate
yes, sir.
you,
Yes,
Ellis.
sir. Much love to the faithful. Appreciate you, Ronbo. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, man. Wipe your feet, and we'll see what happens Friday.
Indeed, should be fun. Night,
All
Ellis.
right. Yes, sir. Peace.
All right. What it is? It's Bill.
Oh my goodness. What did I say? To all the Cowboys fans, I know you're happy the season started over to become
Listen,
memes
I'm happy
again.
their season is starting too, Bill, because if they lose one more, if CeeDee Lamb goes away, Dak Prescott is always coming to the mic saying things like, if you give up or if you believe you've been defeated before you even get into the contest, then this is the wrong game for you. Hey, Dak, you know what? You got another season at $40 million to come up short. Because they're not going to blame Mike McCarthy. They're going to blame you. I mean, look, I'm watching. I watch the Cowboys. Because, man, I watch this, man.
No, they blamed Mike McCarthy, because Jerry Jones knows if they get rid of Dak, there's no hope. We all seen what they did with Andy Dalton. They didn't even make the playoffs, I think. So at least they get a chance to make the playoffs and be eliminated. At least that's their hope in their future. I'll tell you what, in 4 years, Trey's going to be a beast.
In how many years?
No matter how he comes up,
Bill, how many
I
years?
guarantee you, 4.
4?
It's not. I'm not gonna say it's gonna take that long, but like in 4 years, Dak's still choking. In
Oh,
4
did you?
years,
Trey will
will be
drive
the
right
beat-
past
will
him?
be great.
Yeah. I like
yeah,
that,
drive
though.
right past the road at you. All right, so I'm just saying, but if it gets a little bumpy, it's okay. I'm not worried. All I gotta do is know how to release the ball quick. Like Jimmy, it's good. And by the way, I noticed you took the Jimmy poster down. Jimmy's still on the team.
Well, not really. Jimmy's on the team physically,
Right.
but
I think as soon as they release him, he's going to end up a Seahawk.
no.
I promise you, Seattle's going to
Oh,
grab
no,
him. Seattle's
no,
going to
no.
snag him. He's going to Seattle because Pete's been licking his, waiting for him to be released. And it's like, I know Cleveland's going to regret not trading for him. New York's going to regret not trading for him. In Tampa, man, you're going to regret too when Tom Brady leaves. So,
anyway,
I think they're going to mess up. It's the Seattle way.
You leave the area. That's all I want. Just don't stay in the NFC. You know, the thing is, Pete Carroll, this would be his ultimate cherry pick. Here's the thing. If he gets – Steve Carroll always picks players from us so he can sit them down, take them out to dinner, and find out all he can about what we do. Now, if he gets a quarterback, he'd be delighted. Jimmy, you don't need – I've got two houses. I've got my main house. Of course, I've got a house out there in the back. If you don't feel like spending any money, that house is yours. All right, just get your stuff, move right in, and we just have regular meetings all the time. And I want you to fill me in on every little detail about Kyle Shanahan's offense. Let me get a grasp on that, so when we do play them, nothing surprises me. I see Pete Carroll's the guy is. What is that? Belichick says if you're not cheating, you're not trying to win.
Right. So I promise you that if we release him, that's what happened. We shouldn't release him. That'd be the most wrongest thing we could ever do. We'll be giving him to Seattle pretty much. We might just go ahead and trade him for a 7th to Seattle if we're going to do that. Because
if they would trade, but they're not. Nobody wants to give up any assets for Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're going to get. It's going to be pretty. Okay, I don't think. I mean, I'm not really worried if he ends up in Seattle. I mean,
I still want to.
He did struggle against our defensive practice, so
everybody does. I mean, it's not shameful to struggle against the 49ers defense. We got a good defense, so this is why people are saying.
I'm not even that worried. And I'm going to say this to Chicago fan out there. You want to say acknowledge you. First off, let me say this. That's a Roman Reigns saying, and he's a 49er fan. So don't ever let me hear you utter that out of your mouth. You acknowledge us. Please put that out. First and foremost. Okay, after we beat that Hyde on the week 1, I want you to acknowledge the 49ers. It's not that your team's going to be bad and awful. I'm not saying that. But you're just not going to be good enough to beat the Niners, okay? Now, I'm going to see you're going to probably go 1-1 against the Green Bay Packers, but you're going to have a pretty good season. You're going to make the playoffs. You might even get to be the one to brag to eliminate the Dallas Cowboys, to make them the means. But first and foremost, you're not beating us, and you better acknowledge us week 1. All right, so I'm going to put that out of line. I wanted to say that. I was like almost falling asleep by the time I got here. Okay, so I'm going to hear you utter that out of your mouth. That's a Roman Reigns fan. He's a 49er fan. You don't get to speak that.
Roman is Reigns a 49er fan? Bill monitors these guys at WWE. The WWE, I watch them on occasion, but they don't fire me up like they used to because they don't have enough trash talkers like the legendary WWE guys used to do. They used to keep you fired up.
Roman's trash talk pretty good.
He's not bad.
They're 49er fans too. Usos and Roman Reigns. That family's a 49er family, man, except The Rock. I think he's a Cowboys fan, but, it can always be perfect.
Wait. Did you say The Rock is a Cowboys fan? I thought he's a Rams fan.
Well, that's what I heard from a
he
lot
might
of the
be.
Cowboys fans. He's a Cowboys fan. Him and Undertaker. The Undertaker is a Cowboys fan. He came out and said it himself.
Isn't he from Texas?
I don't know.
The Undertaker? I think he is.
He's a Cowboys fan. I know that to be fact. But I know,
That's all right, because the Nature Boy is hardcore 49er fan, so that's fine.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's nice. But like I said, I'm not even worried, even if it's a struggle. And, I really have the struggles we put out in, the preseason and then get all the the kinks out, then week 1 we just slammed and smashed the Bears, and just like Roman Reigns, line them up, smash them. I'm not saying it's going to be a smoke out. I'm not saying it's going to be a beat out. It's going to be more like a Roman Reigns versus a Brock Lesnar last man standing match. But I promise you, we're going to come out on top.
Bill, you think we're going to have to struggle with the Bears from first quarter to fourth quarter? It's going to be a fourth quarter win. Is that what you're predicting right now?
Yeah, fourth quarter win by 3.
Ooh. Bill, that's going to worry me.
No,
Anyway.
don't let him worry you, because don't let him worry you. We're going to start off slow like we always do, and then we're going to start taking it up, and we're going to start smashing. Here's some good news for you, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Here's some good news for you and Ready to Blow and all you little goofballs out there. We're going to smoke you 2-0 again. We're going to own you,
Bill.
okay? For you guys out there, we're going to sweep the Rams. And if Jimmy don't end up in Seattle, we're going to sweep the Seahawks with the Sea Chickens. So get ready, Nordkamp, don't hide. I'm coming. I'm coming to your life.
Bill.
I'm coming. Let's be known. Huh?
We got to stop. I'll see you Friday, and the whole some of that energy. I'll be looking forward to it.
Let me say one more thing instead of Niner shout out. Let me say this. Take your vitamins, and please, and foremost, Mama, don't let your kids grow up to be Cowboys. Niners all day. A chant from who?
Norm.
Let's give him some credit.
Yeah.
Who? Who says Niners all day?
That's Norm.
Yeah. I keep it up, my guy. Shout out to you.
All right.
All right. You have a nice day.
You too, Bill. All right. Night. And NG49 says, don't sleep on Jeff Wilson Jr. He's had big plays. NG49, Jeff Wilson Jr., I like his style, the way he runs the ball. I am never going to be one that has to be waking up, awakened for Jeffrey Wilson Jr. Emilio. NG49, thanks for that contribution, by the way.
What's happening?
I mean, man, we sit up here clowning. And you know what Papa Dragon says.
The Rock is a Niner fan. I don't know where he got that.
I know, and somebody, GB Bull said the man is from Hayward.
Yeah, no, he's from the Bay. I'm like, where did you get that idea from? He's a Cowboys fan. The Rock has been.
I can see the Undertaker. I think the Undertaker is from Texas.
He's been to the Niner games all nighted out. So I don't know where.
Well, hey, but really, you say that. What really bothered me is before the Super Bowl game. That was The Rock out there introing. He had to fake it, I guess.
He that whole intro for the 49ers. I'm like,
I know he was out there introducing the Rams like they was all that.
Well, that was that. No, before that, but the year we went, he did the same thing. He made a theme song for the 49ers. That was one thing introducing him.
That's
but
right.
that whole
Rock just gets paid.
The year we went to the
and he'll do.
I would do it too if I was getting paid. Why not?
Well, you know what? At least he ain't like Snoop Dogg. Snoop, like I've seen Snoop. Shoot, I've seen Snoop at least 6 or 7 different jackets.
I've seen him almost in every year. I've seen him in Seahawks year. I've seen him in Steelers. He says he's a Steelers fan.
I seen him with the Hawks.
In everything possible.
He came back to L.A. with
I've
he was
seen
a
him in
Ram.
everything.
Come on, Snoop, you're killing me with this.
He likes talent. I'm like, yeah, I like talent too, but don't mean I'm gonna go out there and buy the jersey. I'm not finna wear nobody else's jersey.
I know, right? Okay, how much they're paying? Come on, man. Well, we'll pay you. We'll give you. Well, how about we give you 1.5 mil? Where's it? I'll put it on right now.
No, I still wouldn't do it. I was like I said, you want me to be the hype man? I'll be the hype man for them. No, that's not happening.
Hey, but here we go. Okay, we got Trey Sermon, and you are usually one that's usually real patient with certain players, or usually you just don't have time for them. Trey Sermon had a good day today. Are you impressed?
Yeah, I mean that's what we need out of him, especially him being a 3rd round pick. We need him to be need him to work out, you know.
Yeah,
like I said, he had his little moments last year, and it's just I guess you can say he wasn't ready, because we were banking on Raheem being there the whole year, and you can put these guys learn the offense here and there. That's what killed it. That's why Mitch all of a sudden and Debo was doing what he was doing. It wasn't because he was good at it; it's because we had no choice to put him in those positions. That's why I don't see really Debo doing that now. I mean, he might do it here and there, like especially if it's like the playoffs. We'll need him to do it, but to really say just go out of your way and be the running back for the team the whole season, I don't think so.
You know, we get in a pinch though. Let's say it's week 6, week 7. We really need to win that game. Debo, he'll be wide backing. He's wide backing in practice right now. You know, because I figure Tyrion DDP, they want to get him up to speed before they start letting him take all the Debo's runs. But you know, Emilio, did we lose Emilio?
No, I'm right here. No,
oh, there you are. You know, because you know, Kyle's gonna continue to run the ball. It don't matter who the quarterback is. Kyle still wants to run the ball because everything he does is predicated off that. So you know, the running back's got to be on it. You can't fumble the ball. Don't be dropping no passes out of just 3-4 yards away from the line of scrimmage because you will sit down. So.
No, that's what I went for. Like I said, it's just what running back is really finna gel or what he's really finna come out and just do their thing. So it's just one of the things. Like I said, it's the same thing with Trey. At this point, we're just waiting it out, see what's going on. Like I said, we've seen Trey had good days. We've seen Trey had one bad day. So it's just preseason. You know, they're practicing, trying to get, you know, everybody's trying to get used to each other, get comfortable. Once that gels, you know, we'll be a force to be reckoned with. So like I said, it's the same. So what's going to help us? Even Shanahan already said it's the defense, so we're just waiting for them to get ready just for the preseason. So it's one of the moments you just gotta wait it out. So I'm not too much concerned. That's why I said I think with Trey, I already said we can't get in the playoffs. We are getting to the playoffs. It's just once we get there, how good is he really gonna be once we get there?
Yeah.
How deep can he take us?
He'll
like
probably.
I said we'll get in there. We're getting.
He should be. If we get to the playoffs, when we get to the playoffs, I say he should be pretty polished by then. That's a lot of reps between week 1 and 17. So, let's see what he looks like. You heard we just got a report that he's going to play more than just a few minutes. Oh, that was Ellis. Ellis believes he's going to be out there for more than just a few minutes.
No, Shanahan said it should be a couple series. It ain't gonna be too much. And after that, then he'll rest them the rest of the time being.
Yeah.
I did hear about that. But it's just, you know, maybe a couple series, and then he's not gonna play game 2, so
that's what it is.
Fine,
yeah.
And then he'll play game 3.
Yeah, because you know how it is out there. This time of year, people trying to get a job. It's dog eat dog, and they will do crazy things. So that's when your quarterback's really in danger during that time, especially if the offensive line gets beat. Oh man, whoever coming around that corner is going to be trying to take Trey's head off.
Yeah, you know it's coming. They're going to try to give him one of those welcome to the NFL kind of type thing.
And also try to make the team, right? Because that guy, I'm trying to get a job out here. I didn't mean to hurt him. Was he all right? Man, what? You hit him in the neck.
He's supposed to do your thing.
You know, Jesus Christ. You know? So it's a little scary. He'll be all right. Trey's
it's part of football. He's all right. Trey be all right. He's big enough. Like I said, he's not a scrawny guy. So, and I think as big as he is, he looks a little tougher than Jimmy. You know, Jimmy was tough.
A little.
He'd be all right. And he's young, so it's not bad. He's only 22, so he's all right.
Yeah, well, as long as they don't get his finger. Just don't hit his finger. You know, and you know, that is one thing that I was kind of shocked by. We don't find out the truth about things until the end of the year, right? I didn't know his finger was bothering him as long as they say it was. Damn.
No, yeah, well, none of us know. None of us know. Until all of a sudden, the reason I didn't throw so well is because this. But then you think about it, with that messed up finger, he did pretty good beating the Texans and keep everybody. It was the Texans, but you got to realize the Texans were the week before beat the Chargers, and the Chargers were one hell of a team.
And beat them up. That's what's so funny. I was watching that game. I was laughing.
Yeah.
What? All right, go Texans.
No, that was crazy. That was like I said.
Then I thought to myself, don't be laughing, Ronbo. Y'all next.
You know, three of Debo's touchdowns came from Trey. So what does that tell you? You know, those 3 receivers. So what does that really tell you? You know, he's gonna be one hell of a quarterback. He's just everything with his time. It ain't gonna happen overnight.
Right.
But my whole thing, once you get to the playoffs, it should be a whole different story.
There you go. Emilio, you know we got to go. And I will look for you on Friday. And this game should be
You
fun.
might not. You might not. I might have to watch the game later on. I'm gonna be a little busy on Friday, so I'm gonna have to watch the game a little bit later. So
Well, we'll get your
if you're
feedback.
gonna be on Sunday,
Yeah, oh yeah.
if you get on Sunday, you get my opinion on Sunday.
There you go. Looking forward to that. All right, fam. Have a great night.
All right. You have a good night. You too.
Thanks, fam. And it's that Cowboy fan, Austin. Austin, I need to get you and Bill on at the same time. But Austin, no, I can't. Because Austin has no real malice in his heart when he's talking to the 49ers. He's talking to us. When was the last time Austin was really rude? I mean, he never comes in saying, acknowledge me. You never catch Austin doing that. Austin, how you doing?
I'm good, Ronbo. Preseason's here. Ready to see them Cowboys.
Hey, you know, this I was listening to a program the other day. I
still
thought about
cowgirl.
it. You know, I don't know who that was. Anderson was. You know, who's going to get the blame if there's any failure? Now, you guys have lost a number of players already, which already automatically puts pressure on people that have nothing to do. You lost your receivers. You got rid of Amari. You got CD out there, and you got Mike McCarthy, who's being questioned about everything. Austin, how do you feel about Mike McCarthy as your coach?
I like it.
You do?
I'm like, McCarthy ain't a bad coach. He just with a bad team.
Wait a minute. I thought we had Austin. Wait, who is that? But he's answering the question like, Austin, are you still there?
Yes.
You got company or something? Who was that on the phone?
That ain't me.
Yeah, he said he answered my question. All right. Let me give
No,
you
I
the
said-
question.
I said, mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead. You can answer.
I said he's a good coach. I like him. He's
Mm.
experienced. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been to many playoff games. I like him.
Well, that's, he had Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is actually the person that fired him out of Green Bay due to some kind of, in fact, I don't know what Mike did, but they had combat going on all the time. So, but you know what? Dak is never going to confront Mike McCarthy, not yet. But I'm thinking it's like every other team. If you're losing, the first thing people do is they blame the quarterback. When really, if Dak doesn't have the right weapons around him, how's he going to do? Your offensive line doesn't look like it did last year. It's gonna be. I mean, I don't want you to vicinity, but it's going to get a little weird in Dallas this year. I mean, you think you'd be all right?
Well, Ronbo, the year that we got Amari, Dak went 11 weeks without him, without a star receiver, and we did okay.
Yeah.
Dak did fine, but also our O-line was one of the best, and we had a running game.
See,
we don't have an O-line anymore, and our
running game.
And our running game is
Zeke is. Yeah, Zeke is. He's coming down a little bit. Also, you got to remember, unless you're also, Austin, have you paid attention to the fact that outside of the NFC East, your win-loss record is a little lopsided. Yeah, does that concern Cowboy fans?
A little bit. It concerns us a little bit because we're only beating up on the bad teams. We're not beating anybody good, and that's concerning.
Mm.
We need to be able to prove we can beat somebody good.
The Eagles are going to be
have our
competition.
chances.
Yeah, the Eagles are they've retooled that team to be pretty formidable. That's going to be pretty tough because normally you guys could just walk through the NFC East. There's nothing in there to be bothered with, but the Eagles look a little fierce now. Are you concerned with them at all?
A little bit. I've always been concerned with the Eagles. Like, they've always been the number one threat to me, no matter who they've had at quarterback or what their team has been. Whenever we play the Eagles, I get nervous. My hands get clammy because I know when we play the Eagles, it something always goes wrong, either for us or for them.
The Eagles are your Hawks. 49ers. I'm hoping that we had our last year with those Hawks moments, but every time we played the Hawks, I went through something similar as to what you went through. The stress does weird things to you. You start to imagine things, and the bad thing about it, Austin, some of the things you imagine actually take place during the course of the damn game. How?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Because, and Ronbo, I have to say, I'm looking forward to seeing how we do the first couple of weeks without Gallup, because he will be back later in the season. I just want to see if CD is, for me personally, if he can live up to that number one status.
I'm surprised you guys didn't look for another wide receiver. Gallup broke his foot. Is that right?
No, he tore his ACL.
Oh, he's the guy with the tore the ACL. Is he coming back from last year's ACL tear? You've got one guy that injured his foot, though, right?
That was
Or is it an Achilles? I remember him on another team. But I know you got
Michael Gallup.
Yeah, Gallup has a. That was I think that was Anderson earlier. Didn't Gallup break his foot?
Yeah, it's either his ACL or foot. I forget which one.
Okay, yeah.
But it was serious enough. He
So,
he won't be back until like week 10.
Oh, a lot could happen between now and week 10. But Austin, it's always fun talking to you about Cowboys football.
I'm gonna say that shit. Look, that nigga sound like the Undertaker manager. Look at that nigga. Paul Bearer. Yeah, man, nigga, that sound like the Paul Bearer, man. Like Paul Bearer. Hello.
Wait, we got it.
I'm still here.
Anderson, hold on. But Austin, we're gonna say goodbye. I'll be back Friday after the game.
It's
Okay.
been fun, Ronbo.
What?
It's been fun. Go Cowboys. See you Friday.
All right. Guys, please don't unmute until we get to you. Every now and then you can poke in, but I mean, be sure to get back on it. Because right now, it's a big show. It's a big show on this night. Show!
What's going on, Ronbo?
Paul Bear just made an appearance, which was fun. Big show. How you doing? You know, I'm just looking at what's developing in camp, and you know what's funny? People are saying that they're saying a lot of bad things about Trey. I'm not seeing that. In my own opinion about Trey Sermon, I've been on him since last year. So you know, he's looking better now. And I know that I read what you said in Twitter that you've been keeping an eye on him as well. So I imagine you're impressed.
I'm very impressed with him. I actually didn't criticize him because I have a theory as to why he sat out last year, and that's simply because he was out of football shape.
Why when you say out of football shape, why he wasn't prepared to get in? Are you talking physically? I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, like he wasn't as trim as he was now. He's not as fit as he was now. He was a little chunky last year, and Kyle likes his running backs to be toned.
Well, he can't be happy with Debo.
Well, there's another.
I mean, the thing is, you heard was that Dre? Who was that woman on the field? I'm never gonna forget that one. That would call me off guard. That's Debo. What?
I'll get to Debo in a minute, but I've actually not been as excited with our running back committee since Frank Gore, Kendall Hunter, and Jersey Joe's favorite player, Carlos Hyde. I'm actually really excited about this running back committee that we have this year, with the exception of Jeff Wilson Jr. and Jermichael Hasty, only because they can't stay healthy for one quarter in every game they play, and they're out for 4 to 6 weeks. And so, with the exception of those two, I'm excited for TDP, Trey Sermon, and Elijah Mitchell, and the up-and-coming UDFA, who's going to be stealing Jeff Wilson, your favorite player, Junior's job.
You like him too, huh? I gotta watch this kid more closely. Okay.
I'm really high on him. I really do believe that he's going to steal somebody's job. And this year, he's going to be he's going to be the fourth running back on our team.
You know, we're going to find out Friday too. I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be getting a lot of touches with Trey Sermon, which I am really excited to see him finally start to play too. I mean, because we waited a year to see what that third round pick was all about. And what was it, 2021 that we took him?
Well, yeah, he played 2021 season. But I mean, yeah, last year.
Yeah.
But
and I've been watching his workout videos, and he's been getting fit and trim, and I've been really impressed with what he's done as far as his football shape progress goes. Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
So I don't want to. You know what? Here's the thing. You need to take a bow. You were accurate. And Show didn't come in doing this, so you can't pick on him. I did. Apparently, you were right. Mac Jones. They were contemplating Mac Jones, as Kyle, like Papa Dragon says, unnecessarily mentioned that fact. And I thought about you immediately, Show. Show was trying to tell us, look, if you guys think that Kyle Shanahan's not interested in Mac Jones, and now we find out. I mean, maybe Trey was, if Kyle was looking at, like somebody said, he wanted this combination and this combination in one football player, so that's why Trey won. But he's still like Mac Jones for all that Mac Jones represents. He's NFL ready. He comes out of one of the best programs in college football, if not the best football program. And so Show, take a bow.
And thank you, Papa Dragons, for the shout out. But I made my point that year based off of the history of the quarterbacks that Kyle Shanahan has had, and that's who Mac Jones reminded me of a lot, was of Kirk Cousins and Matt Ryan. And I firmly believe that we traded up to number 3 because the Patriots were also a quarterback needy team, and they would have leapfrogged us over at 12 to get Mac away from us if we were to stood pat at 12.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why we traded up to number 3 to open our options up more.
And I heard about that rumor too. I heard the Patriots, but when they didn't mention which quarterback at the time, and that's what it made it look like. It must be Mac Jones. So yeah, that made
Bill
all
was
sense
at
in
the
the
pro
world.
day with Bill was at the Alabama pro day with Kyle and John breathing down their necks, just staring at him. You know, like, hey, I've got my eye on this guy too. And you know what I can do with quarterbacks. You've seen me the past year with one of the greatest of all time. So
he's a legend because of me. Is it? You know, can you imagine sitting in the stands? I'd never go to a stadium and have no Belichick or any of the rival coach, Pete Carroll, anybody else. I would never show up in anything but a disguise. I really would, because I don't want those guys figuring me out.
If Matt Stafford and Aaron Rodgers were on Kyle's radar, then certainly so was Mac Jones, who are all pocket passers.
Yeah.
And what people don't know about Mac Jones is he did go to Alabama, but he had to fight his way in front of the line of the quarterback room, because it was pretty elite when he was there, first arrived there.
Yeah, Tua kept him.
If people don't remember.
Yeah. I remember Tua was involved in that. Was there another quarterback besides Tua?
I believe it was Tua, and I think Bryce Young, but I don't know about Bryce Young if he was ready or not. But he beat those two out, and he beat Tua because Tua got hurt too much, and Nick Saban stuck with him because he obviously was better than Tua. And those receivers there at Alabama said, even when they got into the pros, that who would you select, Mac Jones or Tua? And they said Mac Jones.
You know, that's why when people tear Mac Jones down, when I watch the footage, and granted it's highlight clips, but still I see. But he had premier receivers, and
but you also have to look at his ball placement, his
that's
accuracy,
what I was talking about.
His footwork, his vision downfield. He doesn't throw to just one player like we've been hearing about all in training camp this year. He distributes the ball pretty well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it keeps defenses off. I mean, you can't
exactly.
figure out. It's not an Aaron Rodgers to Devontae Freeman, type of thing.
And that concerns me a little bit, which circles back to Debo. Does it concern you a little bit that there's no chemistry with Debo Samuel and Brandon or Trey Lance right now?
Yeah,
they're not on the same page.
Yeah. I worry about Debo.
I have a feeling that if they have if they have no chemistry this year, there's going to be another trade request by Debo. He got his money. Now he can get his way out of here.
And he does have a flair for the dramatic, as we can see. I didn't even know he had.
Because so far it's been Trey Lance and Brandon Ayuk. There's no Debo in the picture.
And you know how it works too. At some point, if a quarterback doesn't trust the receiver, he's not going to throw the ball to him.
Mm-hmm. So I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah, but as far as the running backs go, I'm really excited about this running back committee. I have always said at the beginning of the year that the running backs this year are going to be Elijah Mitchell, TDP, Trey Sermon, and Jordan Mason, and of course Kyle Juszczyk. Those are going to be our whole running back crew. I'm eliminating JaMychal Hasty, and I'm eliminating Jeff Wilson Jr. I'm sorry, but they cannot.
You're always like, come on, hurt me like that.
They cannot.
You didn't like
They
Kendrick
cannot
Bourne.
stay healthy, Ronbo.
I know.
They cannot stay healthy.
And I got a feeling that JaMychal for sure is on the practice squad. I don't know about Jeffrey Wilson Jr. You can't put Wilson Jr. on the practice squad though. Not the Vikings, but the Hawks are going to pick him up that same day. That's what pisses me off.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, we go through running backs like crazy too. So, yeah.
Repeat a couple. Anyway, show.
I'll ask you later on. All right, y'all take care. Have a great night.
All right, Joe.
All right,
great to hear from you.
All right, take care.
Night, Joe. And Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, it's really football season now. When Charles calls in, you know it's time to get ready for action. Hey, Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, I'm looking at what's developing in camp. Charles, this camp this year is not like camp's going to be next year, right? Because the fact of the matter is, when you see a little bit of something happening from the offense, it's like the defense got tired of whooping on them. I said, this is like. Then people tell me things like, well, Nick wasn't playing, Travaris wasn't out there, and okay, you know what? So what happened there was like, and then you hear about Javon Kinlaw owning Aaron Banks. I don't want to hear about that. See, that worries me. But they said Aaron's doing a good job against everybody not named Javon Kinlaw. Okay. So, but next year these guys are gonna be up to speed. They're not gonna be no more rookieism or anything like that, and it'll be a different. But right now, it's kind of. Are you concerned? And Trey Sermon's looking better today, though.
Oh yes. Yeah, I'm concerned. But I wouldn't be concerned if the right guard we had last year was still at right guard. Brunskill was still a right guard.
Yeah.
And then we moved the rookie we got at right guard this year. But we moved him to left guard. Everything would have been great. And then we could use Aaron Banks as a backup, and he has backup skills. So that's what he should be.
We picked him up. Did we pick him up in round 2?
Yeah, round 2. But I knew when I saw him. He was just. I think the 49ers have a contract that we don't know about with the Pac-10 teams because they pick who they pick in the second round. They picked somebody from the Pac-10. They picked somebody from Pac-10 last year in the second round. So it seems like their first pick, and then look at DeForest Buckner and look at Eric Armstead.
Dante
they were from the Pac-10 too. So all these teams, and then the Notre Dame. We got 2 Notre Dame players. So I believe they have a contract, or they get paid. They probably get paid
compensation
players
for patronizing. That division.
That nobody knows. But when you see these players being picked, year after year from these particular Pac-10 teams, Pac-10 conference, then you start. I know for me, I see the pattern, and I say, wow. I know we have better players. I know there are better players other than Aaron Banks that we could have picked at number 2. And then
that's and if you're like me, I'll lobby for SEC players every year going into the draft. I hope we pick this dude up. He's not from the Pac-10.
Yes, me too.
God.
Me too.
I
and
agree.
Every year we get these half-baked you know, half-baked, overhyped, uh, packed in players, and they never pan out. Look at McGlinchey. He can run block his behind off, but he can't pass protect.
No.
I mean, they picked the guy with the number 8, number 9, and number 10 pick in the draft. Why would you pick him that early?
And I wanted
If you're
Vita
gonna,
Vea so bad with that pick.
oh
I
yeah,
said,
yes,
gosh, if we could just pick up Vita. We picked up
oh
Mike.
yeah,
And I said, who?
I know,
Man.
I know. Well, but when I saw his highlight when they were showing him right after he was drafted, I saw he had 2 left feet. I said, oh my God. I mean, it's not hard to tell that Mike Lynch has 2 left feet. And when I saw speed rushers beating around the corner and bending and changing his body position, I said, man, this guy's horrible. And and for some reason, I don't know if they're getting paid. I don't know if 49ers getting paid to keep Jimmy G. I don't know if they're getting paid to keep Mike McGlinchey at right tackle. But I mean, there's just some players that they are just they're blind on purpose and keeping them in that position. And Mike McGlinchey is one of them. Jimmy G is another one. I'm like, dude, yeah,
Well,
these people they
Jimmy's not
cannot
from
play
Pac-10, though. But the thing is,
around. I'm just talking about.
Thing is,
Yeah, I'm just talking.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm thinking it's like it's there has to be some substance that because certain teams only pick out of the SEC. It seems.
Yes. Yes.
And we do generally speaking we do pick in conferences.
Yeah.
Other than the SEC a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, is Carolina? Is that SEC that Debo's playing in, or was playing in?
Yeah, that's the SEC, but it seems like they'll pick a player from the SEC, but it seems from Carolina, but that seems to be it. It seems like they have a contract with South Carolina too, because they love picking.
And that goes back from years,
players
actually.
from the SEC.
Yeah, there was
So
one of our coaches used to have. What was it, the Gamecock coach that used to have a connection with the 49ers? Anyway, the 49ers they look at Stanford. I'll notice they haven't brought any Berkeley products out yet. It's just, yeah.
Watch next year. Next year is gonna be the same thing. And we're gonna be talking about the same situation. I'm gonna bring it back up during the draft next year. After they draft somebody in the first and second round from the Pac-10, it's gonna be the same situation, and they're gonna be half baked. I mean, this Aaron Banks, when I saw him, I saw how big he is, but I said, and Solomon Thomas. Look at Solomon Thomas.
Oh,
he was half baked, and we both were distraught. Oh my God, I don't even want to think about that. I ain't even going there. When he was drafted, when Solomon Thomas was drafted, oh my God, my whole day was ruined because I was hoping for another pick, and so
there was a number of players.
I just couldn't.
Jamal Adams was in the draft that year. I mean, you go down a list of players that the 49ers just skipped and went and got.
Oh, yeah.
Well, remember the year before we had a problem with the run, right? And the 49ers were focused on the first pick they picked was going to be somebody who would actually help them combat the run,
Yeah.
So.
But I want to say this: Hasty is gonna make this team, and
Jermichael?
Jermichael Hasty, he's gonna make this team, and that undrafted running back, people are talking about how special that guy ain't special. It would be special if he could run a 4.340, but that joker ain't special, man. He looks like a Frank Gore 2.0, but I mean Frank Gore really wasn't all that fast. But also the kid that we got from LSU, the running back we got from LSU, he looks like Frank Gore too. So these two players, they look like these two running backs. They built similar, and I know the one that we drafted from LSU in the third or fourth round. He's gonna make it because for merit. but he's not all that
There goes,
special either. Like
there you go.
yeah,
Charles has already
he can
denounced Mr. Mason. Charles, you know what? We got to stop though,
man.
Charles.
Watch. He ain't gonna make it. That joke ain't make it. But Hasty gonna make it. Watch what I say.
Remember, Charles said this. Mark it down, because everybody's talking about that other kid that you're saying Hastie's gonna beat out.
Watch. He gonna be on the practice squad. Watch him be on the practice squad.
So somebody's got to be on the practice squad because we run out of running backs every year.
That joker gonna be on the practice squad.
All right. Well, Charles, I'm gonna see you Friday, and let's see this exhibition, and or should I say this preseason game? See what we get from it. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, love you, Ronbo. Thanks for what you do.
Fam. Always so good to hear from you.
I'll talk to you Friday.
Looking forward. Night, Charles.
All right. Good night.
All right. The guy that's been the people's favorite is not going to make this team, according to Charles. And JaMychal Hasty is, and I think 9 out of 10 people have decided JaMychal Hasty can't make this team. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Ronbo.
Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I keep checking different, things on the web about the Niners, and I found out the Niners, if you go to their website, 49ers.com, their roster is under construction right now, so you can't see who's on the team. But CBS and ESPN both have the rosters out. And, we were talking about the positions and, the roster spots don't matter yesterday, and they really don't. But guess who went from number 4 to number 2?
Who's that?
Jimmy's now listed as the number 2 quarterback.
What?
From CBS. Yeah, CBS. If you type in the roster spot, you'll see CBS will pop up and ESPN, and they both have him listed as quarterback 2.
Well, no.
Now, why would they do that? I'll screenshot it and I'll send it to you.
You just give me the link. No, that's not the 49ers didn't give them that information, though. They did that, right?
No, so I went to the 49ers website, .com, and I went to the depth chart. And it says under construction, it's got the 49er guy up on it, the big old minus sign on it. They're under construction. So they're doing, they're changing and stuff. I know everything's happening because we got a preseason game and they're getting everybody placed. But my special teams announcement for you tonight is JaMychal Hasty will be the kick returner.
Oh.
So you think we might end up keeping him because we stash him on special teams?
But we've got Ray. What's he going to do?
He's going to return. He's going to punt return.
That's one of the main reasons why we brought him over, to put him on special teams. Your favorite unit, by the way. And
correct.
But
Sandman said that they wanted to bring him over because they liked him as a wide receiver, and special teams was just like an addition. So I believe Ray will be like our 4th wide receiver, or between Gray and him, they'll either make 3 or 4. And I think we keep 6 wide receivers. I think they stashed JaMychal Hasty on the special teams just to get him there because we do go through quite a bit of running back.
I mean, every year.
I think we keep Wilson because Wilson's like the number 2 running back right now.
Yeah.
We're going to keep TDP and Sermon.
Big show to hear that. We're keeping Wilson. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and Mason, if we let Mason go, Seattle's going to take him. So I think we might not take him 5. I think the odd man out is going to be the backup fullback. I think we'll only keep Juice as our fullback. Because
what's that backup fullback saying? He's been trying to make the team for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I'll bring him
Hockett,
something
like that, I think.
Yeah, Hockett. Yeah. So how remember we had a long snapper, Kyle Nelson.
Oh, that's with Tabor.
Boy, he's not on the team anymore, but he was a backup tight end. So I think that's really neat because the Niners have a lot of players that will play different positions, and it's not something that's necessarily advertised. It's just something that, when it starts breaking down, you're like, why'd they keep that guy? Oh, well, he's really good in the red zone, or he's a backup tight end, or, this or that. So I'm thinking that's how we're going to see some players.
And the 49ers love to get positionless players. They can do any number of things. The only thing that worries about that, Brian, is while that guy's a jack of all trade, can he please be the master of at least one? This is the only thing. It's like Jimmy Ward is that guy. Jimmy can play anywhere in the secondary, but you're best putting him at safety. So I just don't want to see guys playing out of position or natural position. Put it that way.
And shout out to Jimmy Ward too. He's been quite a good player for us, but when he's been hurt, he's been really hurt, and we've lost him for
long periods.
Joke, and I still do. When he gets hurt, I call him Hospital Ward because it's been like in and out that many times. But
I don't remember that ward. People did call him Hospital Ward.
But he is a good player, and he's good up against tight ends and stuff like that too.
And he likes playing against George. That's a featured thing out in practice, from what I understand. Jimmy Ward going up against George Kittle, and they both enjoy it. I said, Jimmy, just stay out of his main. I mean, that's a lot of weight, But Dub is fearless. That's why he gets hurt a lot.
Yeah. I mean, if you're afraid, you shouldn't be on the field.
To begin with, Dante Pettis.
Yeah.
So, hey, Bryant, you a little bit of comedy though. Kyle Shanahan, for some reason, you don't like his hat. I mean, did you read on that article? I saw it. I just laughed. It kept going. What's the matter with that hat?
What hat? I didn't pick that up.
Okay, Kyle Shanahan, that one, he's got the little designer logo on that red hat he used to wear. He didn't wear it last year.
Like the military style hat he had. He had like the little black and then SF in the middle of it. He doesn't like that hat.
No. There's another one. It was just a little inset. It said San Francisco. It's very how can I define? It was the one he wore for a long time for good luck. I think he wore it all 2019. And
that
apparently,
might be the hat we're talking about. It's an all red hat and it's got a black rectangle. And it said SF in the center of it. It's kind of got like that military style, I believe.
Oh yeah, I think that's right. I think that you've got the right one. Anyway, I think they've asked him to don't wear a hat, Kyle. Don't wear that hat. And Kyle was livid, from what I understand. I gotta go back. I should have went. I was about to read that before I came into the show, actually, because I was laughing. Why is Kyle so upset?
Really?
I haven't got time now. I gotta go check this out.
Because I know they want like the players wearing contract stuff, or at one time they did. Everybody had like kind of Adidas, or that's the big thing with when they had
those sponsors.
When they had Nolan had to wear a 49 Nike tie or whatnot. It's just a lot of craziness like that. His suit was from Adidas or it was from Nike. It was a full.
I forgot about that. But headphones, same thing.
I might be wrong, but the hat that he was wearing at the press conference, I think it was a DC hat. And I could be wrong, but all the players seem to be wearing residency hats now. I don't know if you're aware of them or not as a company. But,
when they're off the field? That's funny. Remember that year Cap was wearing, was that Dre's headphones that Cap was wearing? And I think the league was pushing Bose.
He should have been wearing whatever one he was in that commercial. Remember the commercial where he was walking to Seattle and all the fans were yelling at him and stuff? I'm a man, something like that. That gave us some entertainment, didn't he? Because his hair and his
the league is probably buying this merchandise at an incredible discount. So they want everybody to advertise their stuff, just like that the things they use on the sidelines, all that stuff is probably damn near bartered. So, anyway, Brian, we're gonna go.
Yep.
Always appreciate you. Do what we'll do. I look for you Friday after the game. Should be fun. We're going to talk about that game. I know. So.
MICKEY.
MOUSC. Right. And little Holly and Tony and Lily. Have a great night. And there's Tony, Tony, come on in.
Ronbo, what's popping this evening?
I'm telling you, football's about to get underway finally. We don't have to wait any longer. We're going to see some action. I can't wait. Yes, we need
From now all the way through February.
Isn't it amazing? There's such a long time between now and February. Oh, by the way, I got that cowboy wrong that broke his foot. Somebody named Washington, I think. Tony, it's going to be
James
fun talking
Washington,
about
he
the
broke his
Cowboys
foot?
this year.
Oh man, I thought he was going to possibly come back player of the year because when the Steelers drafted him out of Oklahoma State, he had won the Mackey Award, and I thought he went to the wrong team. The Steelers never used him. Like James Washington's a good receiver, but I didn't know he broke his foot.
Yeah, somebody corrected me on that because I thought it was somebody else, and I said, this is pretty funny. The Cowboys, if something happens to CeeDee Lamb, then what? And then you start, the blame game's going to start. Tony, and you and I are going to be heavy on that all season long. If the Cowboys come up short, boy, because, we know the reason why they're going to come up short because it'll be personnel issues. But who cares? It's the Cowboys.
Hey, Ronbo, I just typed in the chat. I was typing back to Stanley Dollar, if you see it. He says he sees the Niners in Buffalo, and I put who I see. I told him, I can see that. But I also see San Francisco versus Indy, San Francisco versus the Chargers, or San Francisco versus Cincy.
Cincy. You know what? And people think Cincinnati is not going to come back.
They think they're going away. No, they're not.
I don't think so. Yeah. If anything, they're too young to go away. Their window's wide open. You know what? Those are good things. But you know what? NFC is going to be, no matter what, you cannot count Tampa Bay out as long as Tom Brady's running around or over there. Nola.
Defensively, they're still going to be good, but Ronbo, that center and two guards is going to hurt them. I don't think Brady's going to finish the season. And I'm not wishing nobody to get hurt. But we and other teams, we're coming after them. You guys going to come after them.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. And Nola is probably thinking they're in it because Jameis Winston, how many times can Jameis Winston have a bad season, So I figure at some point he's going to stop throwing all them. Isn't he wearing glasses now? Maybe he really couldn't see.
That secondary is overhyped and overrated. They're whack. Their front seven is nice, but that secondary is whack.
That's right. They lost Lattimore, right? And didn't they lose Lattimore?
I'm sorry?
Didn't they lose Lattimore?
No, he's still there.
Oh, okay.
He's still there. He's overrated, too. Julio used to toast him. He's not all that.
Lattimore's too little for
that secondary grabs and holds. They can't cover receivers. They grab and hold, but we got something for their age now because, Cordell Patterson is 6'2", Kyle Pitts is 6'6", Drake London is 6'4", Brian Edwards we got from the Raiders is 6'4". We got big receivers now.
I saw a clip of Kyle Pitts running away from in a workout, just running away from a defender, and that defender was trying his best to keep up. Pitts was just, it looked smooth as silk. I must see, there goes my draft crush playing in Atlanta. Look at that. I knew it. You put him with George Kittle and game over. I don't care who the quarterback is, game over. That's ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
That is a weapon. And I knew he was going to look better this year than last year. My God.
And I saw some film of Matt Ryan's looking good, Ronbo. He got some big – Indy got the best offensive line in football. I don't care what nobody say.
If you got just, what's his name over on the left side? What's that guard's name that moves around like a ballerina?
Quentin Nelson. Yep.
Another dream I had that year.
They got some big behemoths, and him and Michael Pittman are getting a good rapport. And him and they got this receiver that they drafted in the second round a few years ago, Paris Campbell out of Ohio State. Who ain't been able to stay healthy, Ronbo. That dude could fly.
I know.
Ronbo,
as soon as you said Paris, I
Ryan,
realized exactly what you're talking about. Didn't he start off with the Jaguars?
Yep. No, he was drafted by the Colts. He
was drafted by the Colts. Okay.
Yep. Ronbo, they looking good. I saw a lot of film on them today. And Campbell's looking good. Mm-hmm. And they drafted this kid out of Cincinnati, Desmond Ritter's top guy, Alec Pierce. I'm telling you, Indy's going to be there.
See, and I'm worried about our speedster. I'm not hearing enough good things about him.
Danny Gray?
Yeah, Danny's not. He makes a play every now and then that the writers notice.
Ronbo, he'll do, because the good thing is, like, you're not asking him to be a 1 or 2 or 3. You need him to be your 4.
Yeah,
and he's got those guys that
I want
they're
him to
going
clear.
to help him.
Yeah, I just need him to clear space. You know, get people back. So, yeah. Well, you know,
And now
every
we
year.
got preseason. You get to see him.
Yeah, I know, right? Friday. He may if he smokes one of them dudes over in Green Bay, boy, I would say, okay, see
Confidence.
that? Look at that's Danny Gray, ain't it? Oh,
yep.
I can't wait to have
number
that moment.
86.
Oh God, I'm gonna love having that
and
moment.
Ellis, Frank Darby's doing really well. He may be our 5th or 6th receiver. He's doing good in camp. He's smoking people deep. So Ellis was asking me about Frank Darby, our 6th round pick from last year out of Arizona State.
You got a 6th round pick that's looking good. See, that only happens on occasion. You know,
that was
like
last year's 6th round pick, wide receiver.
Like DJ Jones, we picked him up in the 6th round. Just a very hard-working, good nose tackle. Man, 6th round. 49ers were their best work in them late rounds anyway. So, you know.
You know who I like? I like y'all 5th round pick, that dog out of Detroit, Womack.
I know. I can't wait to see more of him. And I'm hearing, what's his name's making play? Tariq Castro. You know, he's making. I just realized I'm reading about him all the time. Castro Fields. Yeah. Okay, we'll see what happens this weekend. It's going to be interesting to see. He went and got.
Castro Fields, when did y'all draft him?
I'm not sure which round.
6th round pick out of Penn State.
Penn State, right?
Yep.
You know, he went and got Danny Gray. When they said Fields caught up with Gray before he took off a lot of yardage, and as soon as I read the word caught up, he must have had an angle on him, right? Please don't tell me he caught him from any other way. You cut him off, right?
He's 6 feet 194, Castro Fields.
Okay. Danny Gray's not small either. I just
194.
realized he's kind of tall too for a guy that runs as fast as he supposedly runs.
6'1", 180. I don't know if he put on any weight.
Well, he better.
Mr. Here is 6'1", 180.
Tony,
how's your guy Drake Jackson looking?
Oh, getting ready. There's already talk about moving him out of those 2nd and 3rd string workouts and get him up there with the some more talent, because he's just working. He's working a show on guys down the 2nd levels. So we'll see. Anyway, tell you what, Tony, always fun, man. I'll talk to you Friday.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. By the time I talk to you on Friday, our game will be over with.
Yeah, I know, and I'll be watching your game as well, because I can't get enough.
Ronbo, look out for an undrafted free agent. He's huge. You know Jordan, the kid out of Georgia, right? The big Jordan Willis.
Yeah.
This guy's name is Timmy Horn out of Kansas State, an undrafted free agent. He's about 6'5", 360, nose tackle. Watch for him.
Damn. Oh, Jesus. That sounds like Trent Brown, but on the other side of the ball.
Yes, sir. Nose tackle, yep.
Oh, man. I tell you what.
And I'll see you Friday.
Oh, man. First thing I thought about was how Brindle would handle that. He wouldn't. Anyway, we'll see you Friday.
Double team, triple team.
God. All right, Tony. Have a great night. And good luck Friday.
Take care, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Good luck to you, too.
Thank you, Tony. Anderson.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Anderson, man, we're just getting ready for the time. It's getting ready to get underway. I don't even wait for the regular season. As soon as I see football teams playing against each other, as far as I'm concerned, the season's already underway. So now we got this game coming up this weekend against all people. We're not going to see Aaron Rodgers. That diva ain't about to step on the field. He doesn't like playing us anyway.
Nah, we his kryptonite. They already know. But oh well. But yeah, I throw my name in that hat for Jermichael Hayes because, like I said before last time, hey man, that dude good catching out the backfield. That's what Kyle Shanahan like.
Mm-hmm. So,
and as far as Trey Sermon, you remember in that Eagles game when he ran up the middle and got popped?
Nice run. And then that Eagle went by and cheap shot at him with that forearm. You're right.
Yeah. And after that, and I think after that hit, that's what kind of woke him up like, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? But that boy gonna be ready because that's what Anthony Lynn throw at power run. That's what Ohio. That's what the Buckeyes do at power run. So he's gonna be damn sure good.
That's why they picked up TDP.
Yeah, and and I seen and on the depth chart on I forgot what I was looking at, but they had Jeffrey Wilson right behind Elijah Mitchell. Then they had Trey Sermon. Then they had the rest of them. I was like, damn.
No TDP, Tyrion wasn't on there yet, huh? Tyrion's probably got to earn his way on there first, like Trey did last year.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Then I couldn't. One of the callers said that running back we had had a 4-3, 4-2 or something like that.
A running back from last year or this year?
That undrafted dude we got.
He runs that fast? The Mason? Mason's that quick?
Isn't that one of the callers? I say like what 3 callers before? Say I think it was.
Yeah.
It the caller before Emilio?
Yeah, he's not. Is he that fast? Somebody just called in and said he's more like Frank Gore type of runner.
Oh, because I'm like, well, that's something we need to think about. And as far as Ray McLeod, oh yeah, he's gonna be a receiver because you just Ronbo, just picture Debo, Ayuk, you got Danny Gray in the slot, and you got McLeod on the field at the same time.
So it's a lot of getting loose quick.
Empty backfield.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
And and you know, in the running game, you know, we gonna pound and beat the ass on that all day. And I like, and you say, Kinlaw beating no boy, well that's good. Because as long as he getting beat by the best, he gonna be able to stop the rest.
There you go. And I love that rhyme. You know, because the thing is, though, if I got up out to bed every day, put on my stuff, went out on the field, Javon, I'm thinking if I don't do nothing else today, he's been doing me every day. Today it ends. You know, you gotta do something about that.
Yeah.
Javon's thinking the same thing.
I've been watching it on the little videos I be seeing on the pages on Instagram. I say, oh yeah, that boy gonna be ready. He hopping up and down. But I'm like this here. You need to make sure before every damn game, Grant Cohen tell him something crazy.
But I want put a phone inside his head and have Grant talking to him the whole game.
Yeah, like that 5. It was like, oh, when I get out, I'm gonna kick his ass. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna really do it, man. You just want to bust these people. You know what I'm saying?
Anderson, we're gonna be thanking Grant Cohn at the end of the year. If Javon has a great year, it's all credit goes to Grant. Because Grant fired him up. And we have the video to show it. Oh, Javon was hot. My God, he was mad.
And you
Made
know
him play
what?
better.
You know what? I think, it was a bunch of calls back. I think the Lions gonna surprise some people because I was watching their little training camp thing. You know, they on Hard Knocks, and all they coaches is past NFL players.
Ooh.
So I'm like, ooh, they might be something people need to watch out.
Yeah. And that's why I like Kyle and John and don't want to lose them. People got mad year before that. It's time to fire. The experiment's over, man. Kyle and John got to go. I said, you know what?
They don't know what they talking
You
about.
need to wait a minute. Hey, so.
I can't wait for Friday to see what we working with. But Trey gonna be successful. He can't help but be successful. He got too much talent not to be successful on this team, and what he brings.
Yeah.
So I'm like this here.
This ain't Jacksonville. I mean, it ain't like he ain't got. You know, this is like Trey's in a situation where it's not going to be hard for him to get in there and win. You know, that's what I'm saying. He didn't have a bunch of rookies around him and people lack of talent and everything else. He's got studs.
Because we get in the playoffs, it's only one thing can happen. We going to the championship first of all. Let's get that out the way. Because the past when Kaepernick was here, what we went to the Super Bowl or championship.
I know, right? If we go to the playoffs, that's right. We don't go in and come out. We don't. We either get to the end and lose or otherwise. And it's time for us to get in there and win one.
This year we gonna finish because this dude can do what Kyle won't need to be done.
And also, as I always say, you know what? The playoffs and things is one thing, but the Super Bowl, rarely does a quarterback win the Super Bowl. It's usually the defense. Probably, I'd say 90% of the time, whoever has the most dominant defense, and we look like we have one. So, you know.
It is. It sure do. Because look how really what I don't understand, look how our defense made Patrick Mahomes look. It's just on some technical penalties that shouldn't have been thrown. And then look what the Buccaneers defense did to I'm like this because I got a friend.
Yeah.
He got Tom Brady. He got Tom Brady in his mouth all day. Like Tom Brady played the defense and the offense. He's like, man, we got Tom Brady. I'm like, man, the defense. I told him, I say, man, the defense won that Super Bowl. Look how many times Patrick Mahomes was running for his life. And that Shaq Barrett was
and that's the way it is every year, just about too. The defense, and that's what happened to us at the end. We couldn't stop the Kansas City defense. They were breaching the offensive line on every snap in the fourth quarter, and we could not do a damn thing. It's always a defense. And look at last year with Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald beat us to death in the fourth quarter, and he beat the Browns to death in the fourth quarter. Again, Stafford did his job, but it was about that defense that closed down the other team.
Yep.
Anderson, we got to go, though, fam. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be looking for you.
I'm definitely so calling, but, hey, he dropped the ball, man.
He did, but Aaron Donald was still – you got to have – you got Trent Williams with no foot. You got Compton, who's never blocked anybody. Jimmy was on his own in that fourth quarter. You could see on every snap. The Rams was all over his ass as soon as that ball came back. So did they come back. But this year, I think Kyle knows that offensive line has got to be done in some sort of way. That you can't have that in the fourth quarter. Anyway,
I still say if Trey would have got one little play, we put a.
Think he made a difference? Maybe.
We probably would have won the game.
No way to know unless you see it. Yeah. Anyway, Anderson,
all right, now.
Let's see you Friday, all right?
All right. Then shout out to my boy Stephen J. and my boy Devon Stelling, man.
All right, fam. Night.
All right.
Yeah. You got to hustle up here because night, Anderson. Eric, come on in.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, we're looking. Eric, what were your assessments of today?
Well, the first thing I wanted to address is something that Big Show said. I'm not gonna, shit on Big Show, but he did say that he is concerned that Debo doesn't have the chemistry with Lance, and to that I say is, honestly, there's more than one way to get Debo the football. We all know this. So yes, they may have some struggles early on, but you don't necessarily need, pinpoint accuracy and precision with the two of them right away. You can hand the ball out to Debo, you can pitch it to him, you can do whatever the hell you want with Debo. That's what makes him special. So they don't need chemistry day one. Another thing he said that was Lance is only hitting one receiver, and obviously we all know Lance is struggling. Well, Mac Jones is too. He is struggling in camp as well. I believe yesterday or today he had his worst camp, worst practice. So Matt, and that's the same for Russell Wilson. Everyone is struggling around the league.
Hey, wait, Eric. Is Russell Wilson having problems in Denver?
That's what I heard. On a couple of streams, I heard that Russell Wilson is
sick of him.
He's struggling over there.
Good.
He is kind of annoying, but I think now for 49ers, the most interesting unit on the team obviously is the running backs, and I think the way they're going to handle that. We did hear Kyle say this. He said that he values the joint practices more than he does the preseason games. So whatever happens in those joint practices, I think he's going to go with those guys.
Decisions. Yeah.
But I wouldn't rule off. Yeah, I wouldn't rule off like Hasty. Everyone's ruling him off. But he makes a team based on.
Eric got two guys in his corner. All right. I mean, Jermichael's got two.
Hasty performs Hasty performs in the preseason, and that's how he usually gets onto the roster. I remember last year he had like a 30-yard touchdown versus the Raiders or something like that.
Oh.
So he gets onto the roster through the preseason. So that's why it kind of scares me for guys like Sermon, because I think Jeff Wilson will make this team, because I think if you play him in the preseason, he's going to do really well. And if you play him in the joint practices, obviously he's going to do well, again. But we don't know with a guy like Sermon. Sermon doesn't have a lot of reps in real game. So I don't know. I think low key. I mean, obviously he was the 3rd round pick last year, so he does have that advantage to him. But I would not be surprised if someone like Hasty is performing in preseason, and all of a sudden, Sermon is that odd guy out. I think Mason. All the undrafted running backs make the team. That's like the weirdest thing with this team. They always make the team. They always seem to obviously play in the preseason really well.
Yeah.
And everyone has said that Mason has been the most consistent running back in training camp. I would not be surprised if he's pretty good versus the Vikings in those joint practices. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the team and all of a sudden Sermon's not.
I agree, because Kyle does not care if you're good as a running back in particular. Kyle will move a guy up ahead, even if he drafted Sermon and TDP in the 3rd round. If Mac does well, if Mason does well, Kyle's not going to make him sit down, and he's definitely not going to cut him. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and if Sermon is fumbling the football like in preseason, Kyle Shannon's going to get rid of him real quick.
That's all.
Kyle Shannon hates that thing.
Oh God, doesn't he?
Yeah, he'll get rid of Sermon really quickly. So Sermon's going to have to step up in both joint practices and preseason. And that's another thing with the preseason games. I don't know about playing Trey Lance, for a whole quarter. I don't know about that. There's one thing everyone says Lance needs reps, but there's a difference between reps and valuable reps. If he's going to be out there, he at least needs to be behind the starting offensive line, or at least half of it. He at least needs Debo. If you want to get reps with him and Debo, then play him in the preseason. Or Kittle, whoever it is. I just don't have Lance out there with the second team. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, especially the offensive lineman. When the first string offensive linemen leave, good Lord. If our second stringers can't take anybody's job on the first string, and the first string is not, so that's what I said a minute ago. Man, you don't put him in harm's way. So.
Yeah, and I don't know if Green Bay is going to play their starting defense. I know they're pretty good. They rank near the top. So I don't know if starters are going to play around that defense. But if there is and Lance is out there with the second team, I do not want that to happen.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's just like a drive or two.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what Green Bay's probably going to do too. They're going to put the starters out there for just a bit. But
yeah. And another thing about those joint practices, honestly, expect the Niners to struggle a little bit defensively because they lost Ward and Mosley. They do have Justin Jefferson over there and Adam Thielen. So expect some struggles over there for people wondering, expecting the Niners to dominate the joint practices. Don't be surprised if you're hearing Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen just lighting it up, because they're going to be going against guys like Ambry, Demo. I mean, those are good reps for those guys.
Yeah, I know, because I want Ambry to have those reps. Demo has, he'll be destroyed. But I want, if Ambry can hang with Justin, I want him on JJ. That's going to be his real test.
Yeah, and again, if Thielen's in the slot, whoever's playing the slot is going to get those reps as well. Those are valuable reps. Yeah, Womack. Yeah, whoever's there, they're going to get good reps. It's just don't expect the Niners defense to go out there and completely dominate the Vikings offense, because they are down some guys, Eric Armstead as well. So don't be surprised if you hear guys like Dalvin Cook are having a good joint practice, and obviously the receivers.
Remember, as far as that defensive line goes, I actually feel okay this year if Eric Armstead or anybody else not named Nick Bosa is missing for maybe a game or two. Because when I look at Omenahu and some of those other guys we got for the interior, I can't wait to see what they look like. This is going to be a really interesting year for that defensive line, depending upon how many people we can keep on that defensive line. Even Jordan, is the last name Willis? Even he could play the interior, and he does a pretty good job. So, we'll see. And don't forget about our mammoth. Javon Kinlaw. Oh! Javon looks like he's ready this
year.
Yeah,
those reps are going to be really valuable for him, and again in the preseason as well. But I think the main thing for me in joint practices is obviously seeing what the offense is going to do against that Vikings defense.
Yeah.
Hopefully the offensive line holds up again in those joint practices. Because then I think if Lance is playing a different defense, obviously one that's not as good as the Niners, and that offensive line is holding up, I think you will see. Maybe you're going to hear Lance is having a good practices against that defense,
and that'll be good for his confidence. Eric, we're gonna have to pull up though.
Yeah,
we're running over time here. But all right.
All right.
See you Friday after the game. All right, man.
All right. Catch you later.
All right. Looking forward. Night, Eric. And we roll on over to Steven and Rome. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Ronbo. How you doing?
Doing all right, Steve. Here we go. The season started finally. The wait is over, and it's like it's a mystery season to some degree, on so many levels, because we got so much talent. You want to know, is it legit? Is it real? Because it looks good on paper, and
it looks damn good on paper.
And then again,
damn good on paper.
But you wonder how the people were playing this year look too. That's the thing. That's another part of the mystery.
Well, one thing I want to say is the one person I'm looking out for right now is Javon Kinlaw. If he doesn't have a breakout season, everybody and their mom is going to be up in his ear. Guaranteed money.
Hey, if his knee's not hurting, I think the sky's the limit for that guy. Aaron Banks is tired of him. Aaron Banks can't wait until the season starts so he can see less of Javon. Can you imagine having to deal with him every day? Oh, my God.
Shit. Imagine having to deal with him every day.
Oh. Because, when the season starts, you're not going to deal with him every day, but maybe 3 or 4 days a week. But now, every day.
I'm just telling you, Grant Cohn, sorry, I'm putting in gas right now.
You doing what?
I'm putting gas in my car right now.
Oh, okay.
That's why you're hearing all the beeping in the background. But no, if Javon Kinlaw does not perform, if not Kyle Shanahan, every game before he starts, whenever he puts on those headphones, listen to music, it will be Grant Cohn just talking mad shit to him in his helmet.
Wire his helmet up. have Grant in his ear all game long.
I guarantee you he'll be in his ear all day long. Like, Javon, you didn't get that sack, you missed the sack. Oh, you let him slip? Here's Grant Cohn. I got some motivation for your ass. And then, did you see that Leon O'Neal Jr. got cut?
Yeah, Ellis was somebody just mentioned him because he was injured.
I don't know. I wish I knew. It's a mystery to me because from what I heard, he had a pretty decent camp.
Yeah. Somebody just mentioned he got cut because of injury. I think that's the name. Because I hadn't seen enough of him. Because I hadn't been paying a lot of attention to camp film.
He was the first and wasn't he drafted? Didn't the guy was drafted or something like that?
Wait a minute.
He went undrafted.
What position is this?
He was corner, CB.
Because we just picked up a couple of corners, and we're looking at 3 others because of the fact that we've got some guys that are you got Mosley and Charisse. Chavarius is not well.
Chavarius.
Yeah, so they're picking up bodies. Why would they cut any cornerback right now? That's very strange.
It is very strange. That's why I was kind of looking at it like, really, you're going to cut Leon O'Neal after Travaris Ward is out on injury? They say he might miss a couple of games, and that's going into the regular season as well. So.
Whoa! Travaris, is that serious?
Apparently so. They say he missed a couple of games.
No, it just says muscle strain next to his name. I didn't know. Gee, what kind of muscle strain? It's going to take 3 weeks to heal. Well, it can't be a bicep. Those take forever. Legs, if it's a hammy, because Mosley's got a hammy going on. So Mosley's always got a hammy going on.
Yeah, takes a while, Ronbo.
Yeah, you know what though? Ambry Thomas, I got faith in him. I really do. I developed it last year. I think he'll be okay.
Man, you know who I want to talk about though? My boy JaMychal Hasty.
Yeah.
I'm okay with him starting at special teams. Really, you think about it.
He's got a lot of fans. Huh?
Have Ray start wide receiver 3. No, not even wide receiver 3. Running back. Yeah, No.
Big Show says O'Neal was
start at 3.
Yeah, O'Neal is a safety, not a corner.
Really? Because it's documented as he's a corner.
Okay. Show believes he's a safety. Well, you know what? The thing is, I think that's what I heard about earlier this evening, that he got hurt and the 49ers cut him. Big Show, can you verify that? Anyway.
Please do.
Go ahead. What else you want to add?
How about what's this QB situation going on? Under Trey is who?
You know, it's funny because somebody went to the depth chart on some network, and they said Jimmy was at number 2. I just, people just don't know what to do about Jimmy. See, the 49ers don't tell people anything other than, like Kyle the other day. Kyle, what's going on with Jimmy Garoppolo? You guys got any trade works in the works? No, I've not heard about any trade deals. Kyle is the same guy that also. Kyle didn't need to say that. Kyle should have just went along with it. Yeah, we've got some things that I can't talk with, of course, as you guys know. We got to keep that under wraps. But Kyle also said that there was indeed conversation going on. Trey Lance versus Mac Jones before the draft. Why Kyle needed to volunteer that information is just wild. I think
it's to throw off everybody to get the heat off of Lance and shit like that. That's what I think it is really. Like, how can I get the heat off my
No, but that's gonna. But what if Lance has
all this controversy going on?
Well, to add to it? Well, you know what? The funny thing is because Mac is having all kinds of problems in New England too right now during training camp. So I guess it's okay. That's what I just heard.
That's the first I ever heard of it.
Have you really? Have you
I
heard
didn't
good?
think Mac actually had problems like that.
Well, yeah, he's Mac Jones.
I mean, really, out of all the talk that everyone's been saying, like, oh, Mac Jones this, Mac Jones that, he's having problems in New England?
I guess somebody said Mac
With
Jones
that
is struggling in camp.
superstar offensive line?
Mac Jones, I can't wait 3 or 4 years from now when all these guys in this class get well and up and running, to see who's you got Trevor over in Jacksonville, you got Zach over in New York, you got Justin down in Chicago, you got Trey in San Francisco.
Let's be real, Ronbo. I think Zach Wilson's a little too busy, getting busy with his mom's best friend. So
what? Oh no!
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
Oh please, fill me in. I love.
You didn't hear about that? Oh man!
Get out of here with that, Steven! You're making that up. There's no way. Is he hanging out with mom's friend?
Ronbo.
Yes.
The guy was cheating on his star cheerleader girlfriend with his mom's best friend.
Okay, because I saw a photo of his girlfriend. Now, mom's best friend is hotter than the girlfriend?
Ronbo, this man levels up. This man, he is a man's man. Well, you know what he did for prom? You know what he did for prom, Ronbo?
What?
He took a cheer captain to prom and got someone else to go with him on a double date with both of them, and they both knew about it. And then afterwards, somehow managed to keep one of them all throughout college, but while seeing a side piece, which is his mom's best friend throughout the entire time.
Okay, Zach is not what he appears to be. That little baby-faced kid is a monster. I love it.
He came to all New York Jets locker rooms trust in a single night. And all because his girl was like, you know what? He cheated on me with his mom's best friend. And everyone, the whole internet was like, I really hope, if this is what Zach's moms look like, and this is what he is hidden on the side, and this is his side piece, I can only imagine what the side piece looks like.
I'm blown away. I didn't know he had it in him. You can't look at him and tell anything.
Oh, no.
That's hilarious. I got to read into those things more often. I might see that stuff and not believe it and just keep going. But my God, I got to go. I can't wait to go Google Zach and say, Zach.
Ronbo, and I got some news about Deshaun Watson. He might get suspended the whole season.
And they're actually hoping that he'll get treatment, because they think he's definitely struggling with some kind of mental issues.
I guess if you like getting massages like that, at least I don't know that, but I mean, really, him being, look, if you think of it like this, look at Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley got suspended the entire season, almost the entire season, for betting on his own team. But Deshaun Watson gets a measly 6 games.
Right? It's Anyway, Stephen, we got to go. That was fun. Usually Bethel brings in all the fun stuff. It was you tonight. I'll see you Friday after the game, okay?
I'll see you Friday, Ronbo. You
All
have
right.
a good night.
You too. You and Rome. I'm sorry, say again? Wait, I missed it. Steve, what'd you say?
I
You
said, who got a better than us?
Wait, who's got what?
Who got it better than us,
Steve, your voice is...
Who got it better than us?
Oh, who's got it better than us? Yes, I got it. Nobody! You ready for that. Have a great night, Steve. You and Rome. All right, Phil.
You too, Ronbo.
Thanks.
All right, good night.
And Big Show says we signed Ken Crawley, cornerback, waive Leon O'Neal, who was a safety. It's been verified on San Francisco's website. O'Neal played strong safety for Texas A&M University. So he wasn't injured then. We did that because we're bringing in Crawley. All right. Thanks, Show. And right below that, you got Okie Niner says, what was Marketing Pro's original name like 5 years ago, Rudy? Okay, thanks for that contribution. Welcome back. You didn't know about Marketing Pro? He's been in there terrorizing that chat for months. And he calls in every now and then, and the guy is just totally, the dude could be a stand-up comedian. Saying what? Hey, fam, I'm gonna see you. I'll be in your face at your place for this game, and you know this. And then afterward, we'll get together and discuss what happened during the course of that game. Good to see guys coming back. Okay, now you're back, Charles. It's a homecoming day. Have a great night, fam. Thanks for those contributions, guys. Really appreciate those. Hit like, please, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave so I can find you when it's time for 49ers football. A Niners! Go Niners.